Hello and welcome, all of you beautiful people, to week 6 of E League United. Tonight's game is TKK versus LLW. I'm your coast. I'm your coaster, not your coaster. I'm your caster, Soundwave, along with my co-caster, Toasty Boy. Say hi, Toasty Boy.
Hello, everybody. What's up?
Yep. Tonight's game, the Kilroy Killjoys versus Legacy Light Warriors. Uh, Legacy Light Warriors are currently 9-3 in the standings, and the Kilroy Killjoys are 8-7. So both teams doing fairly well. Both teams vying for spots in our playoffs here in a few weeks. We're going to get here into draft in a second. Let us know your thoughts and opinions. What do you hope to see this game? Uh, do you know of any secret tech that these teams are looking to pull out, like last week's Bruiser bot lane that we got to cast? Oh, what a joy that was!
Oh, definitely. We
That
were,
was that was me and you, Toasty, right?
yeah, that it was
Yeah,
so confusing. We didn't know where anyone
just
was
pure
going.
chaos for the first 10 minutes of
Yeah.
draft.
All right.
And first ban gonna be Nocturne for LLW into Shen and Olaf for TKK, followed by Fiddlesticks. Man, they are rattling off these bans here.
Yeah, makes sense. They're going to get rid of Senna, make sure they're not able to use the fasting Senna strat they
hmm
used in the last series. Makes
Yeah, that's
sense.
how they pulled away their 2 wins off of TPP, which surprised all of us. They played Fasting Senna the first 2 games, won both of them. They played it with Mordecai's turn. I believe they played it with Trundle. So
Yeah.
not
Uh,
surprised to see that ban.
this series, I don't think they were going to go for the fasting Senna strat since they last week they had a vacant tech in the bot
hmm
lane for their sub, which worked out pretty well. But
Yeah,
this
worked
time
very
they
well.
have, yeah, this time they have their main ADC Germston. So
hmm
yeah, as we see there, he's picking the Caitlyn, very nice, and
hmm
we see also Morgana jungle most likely, and a Swain support or mid, but probably support.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, kind of odd. We've been seeing Morgana has mainly been a jungler the past couple months. Realistically, I mean, we see her support sometimes, but I think it's kind of weird how she's made that shift from playing the duo lane into roaming on her own. Oh, Tom and Mord vacant. All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Um, But yeah, and then we're gonna get our third pick from LLW, which is gonna be the Ornn, which confirms that this is a Trundle jungle, and then Ornn top. Into the R4 band from LLW, which is gonna be Corky. That's Mikey's favorite champion. Mikey, if you're in the chat, they're scared of your Corky. Seems like.
Looks like they're gonna ban Stormblaze Vel'Koz.
hmm
Right?
Uh, Interesting. TKK is gonna ban Rel here. I don't think it's a bad ban. Rel's a very good support right now, but at the same time, the only support that we really see consistently pull out the Rel is Scaling, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna go ahead and switch to Lissandra here. Actually, they were just hovering the Rel.
I think I would have gone for Vel'Koz and Syndra instead.
hmm
Lissandra is still a very good band, but I think with Syndra and her Scare of the Week, it's very instrumental in not only doing damage to the entirety of the team, but also as a disengage. Because we've seen Stormblade just completely
Yes.
just stop fights with
hmm
one Scare of the Week, and it just ruins team fights for the enemy team. So
Yes.
that's a
Syndra
pretty
W
big.
makes her. Yeah, obviously, when we think of like mid lane control mages like Syndra, we think of like very squishy, very gankable targets. But the W on Syndra in the right hands, like Stormblade, makes her almost ungankable, right? Because
Yeah,
at worst, you get to shove somebody off of you. At best, you've got a ball with you and you get the stun, right? And that's just perfect for a mid laner to back up under tower and negate the entire pressure of that gang.
and we see Zoe coming out. Very, we haven't seen him play Zoe in a while, if at all. I don't think.
Hmm. Um, I no, I don't think so. I didn't know that Zoe was actually in Stormblade's pool of champions. Zoe's a little bit more mobile, a little bit more light on the feet than a lot of the champions Stormblade plays. So
Yeah, kind of similar to LeBlanc. She has a lot of mobility and
yeah,
also can pop you from like miles away.
yep, yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, I'm actually surprised we didn't get the LeBlanc pick here, considering the only tanks that TKK have are Camille and Swain, which aren't true tanks, quote unquote. Swain gets tanky from the health that his items give him, and Camille is a bruiser for the most part. So, I would think that a LeBlanc pick here would be really good, but maybe Stormblade's been trying out something new. So, I'm interested to see how this goes.
I mean, he might just prefer the Zoe to Annie. I'm not sure
Hmm.
how I mean, Imagine goes pretty swell in Stormblade's favor.
Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, because with LeBlanc, you can poke them with the Q and your R, and you can get the chain, but at the same time, the majority of your damage comes from that dash on your W. And procking that. So I mean, it makes sense. He stays off of the LeBlanc. He doesn't get in close range where Andy can drop the bear on him, uh, drop tippers on him. Zoe has the longest range out of any mid lane mage. So,
Yeah,
uh, yeah, it feels like a very good matchup into someone who, like Annie, is a range champ, but still has to be pretty close to the fight, right? None of her abilities have super great distance, so
I think on TKK's side they have slightly better team fight capabilities. Um, I th- I think the only real engage they have is Ornn and Bard.
hmm
Mm,
yeah, for sure. I mean, a good Bard portal, a good Ornold, a good Bartle can let LLW descend onto TKK here, but I mean at the same time the pressure that comes from TKK's comp, which is a little bit more defensive here, um, could be very good at hard stalling that. Um, Caitlyn here going to give a little bit more consistent damage than Ezreal. Ezreal's looking to blow people up. He can do consistent damage by poking with his Q, and he's more mobile than Caitlyn, but Caitlyn does out damage him late game.
yeah,
So,
and something I've noticed, I don't know if they did this intentionally or not, but with Trundle's pillar and Ornn's little headbutt ability,
mhm.
I'm pretty sure it works as a wall. So that
Yeah,
combo
no,
works pretty well.
yeah, for the most part. So, Trundle Pillar X identical to Ornn Pillar when it pops up, right?
Yeah.
Ornn can. I've done this before in a game. It's so much fun, especially if you're in like Earth, right?
Yeah.
But even in a normal game, if because Ornn Pillar is a little bit harder to land the Trundle Pillar. Trundle Pillar was point and click. The Ornn, you have to wait for the channel on the ability for it to pop up from the ground.
Yeah.
But you can headbutt people into the Trundle Pillar and knock them up just like you can the Ornn Pillar.
Yeah.
So he's got
I
a little bit more work around there, having two locations, two abilities to bounce people off of.
I would say this is a pretty good pairing with their top lane and jungler. The only problem is they're going against a Camille. She could just attack on Titan out of there and not
Yeah,
much you can do about that.
yeah, she's Levi incarnate, pretty much. She just swings around. She's Akshan before Akshan was Akshan. Um,
Action.
but yeah, I don't know that I feel great about LLW's tanks here because obviously Camille was the R4 pick, right? So they got to pick her after we saw the Trundle and the Ornn, who are both very tanky, right? Especially Trundle, if he's stealing his stats from the Camille with his ult, he's going to get very beefy. And as well, Ornn is like the most true tank of all true tanks. But I mean, Camille has the true damage Cho'Gath
Yeah,
ult on her Q,
exactly.
so be a little bit
Yeah,
careful of that.
I think both teams have a lot of positive and negatives.
Hmm.
Um, Owen's really only use at the end of the game is his ult and his items. What do they call it with his passive?
His forge got
Yeah,
it. The passive is called God of the Forge, I believe,
yeah, with his passive.
because he is a God of the Forge.
Yes, he is. But I think you have
Yeah, that could be
Camille
a
with her amazing amount of fucking true damage,
yeah, yeah,
and yeah,
no, for sure.
I I think they both have their. I don't think either one lost or won the
No, I
draft.
I agree. I will say I think this Orn is gonna have a hard time in lane, right? Because like Orn is just like Poppy in the fact that like he is so good laning into other tanks, right? Like the Maokai, the Malphite, those champions that get really beefy with those stats and don't do much else besides provide some peel, maybe some stun, some lockup or whatever. But because he has the max percentage health damage on his abilities, specifically the fire, the flamethrower or whatever. But that's I mean that's not really Camille. Camille could be pretty squishy before she gets two or three items, right? She's not insanely tanky. She's looking to do a lot more damage and burst people down. So, I think he has a hard time in this lane, especially because she's like he has good scaling, but she's gonna get that shield every so often and then trade with him. So, um, I think it may be hard here for Ruckus.
Yeah. We
Uh,
were gonna have the game loading up in a bit, in a couple moments. All right, perfect.
Great. All right. Moving into game, we're going to see how these teams line up. I imagine a traditional 5 point from both teams. That's really what we've been seeing all season. They're going 5 points. They're playing safe, making sure nobody's getting collapsed on by, a bot cheese or anything like that. But it looks like Thigh High Croc and Nitrodex are actually getting in here pretty quick on Hopeless. Oh,
Yeah,
Hopeless
they're
going to take a quarter of his health. He's going to have to back.
yeah, he got chunked out there. No one was able to back him up. They weren't
Hmm.
able to. Yeah, they got two deep boards on his jungle. Might give him some problem. They even got a third one in his blue buff. So
Yeah,
already tons of vision.
oh, only a minute in and already very, very aggressive warding from the side of LLW.
Yeah, and then TKK wasn't able to get anything really in terms of
Hmm.
vision.
Yeah, they've got that. They've got a ward in their top side jungle, right? But it really doesn't do much for you. They're really not going to know where Soko is until he shows himself in a lane for the most part.
Yeah. All right, we have laning starting. Let's
Yeah.
see if
Um,
TKK can pull out a dub.
Yeah, no, I'm hopeful. Obviously, LLW is our number one team so far in standings. Um, I mean, they're just doing so well. Under the leadership of their shot caller Stormblade, right? And I like all five players on LLW are just very good, very solid at what they do. But we saw TKK take two games off of TPP, who was our number two team in the standings last week. So hopefully, obviously no bias either way, but like I would really like to see TKK shine here and show that they're not just an
Oh,
average middle of
and
the road
Swing
team.
was able to hit his pull, doing a lot of damage to Thigh Rock.
Thaya is going to have to back there, going down to what looks like probably 150 health. Yeah, like I'm saying here in the top lane, though, Peels is just he's procking that shield when Ruckus steps up and he's trading with him, right? So Ruckus gets to take the shield off of him, but Peels gets to take a
Oh,
lot
we
of
have a
health.
with invade coming from Soko,
Oh, Fitzik gonna get caught out here.
that's a zoinks.
Um, Germ Sand gonna get ignited here and caught out by Nitrodax too. Ooh, Hopeless gonna heal and save
Oh,
his life, giving the double kill to Nitrodax on the Ezreal.
yeah, I think
Um,
he kind of overcomplicated that shot. He was trying to predict where he was gonna go,
mhm,
but yeah, a little
yeah.
rough.
Yeah, and just I think maybe a little bit of overconfidence and overextension on the side of Germson and Hopeless, just because Ezreal did have that heal, and they need to be aware of that. It seems like maybe they didn't take that into account when they started that fight.
Yeah.
Um, but let's talk about this gank from, or not gank, but let's talk about this invade from Soko onto Fitzik in the jungle. Interesting fact: my team Wardens scrimmed um, LLW the other night. I believe it was two nights ago, and I filled in for jungle game 1 and 2, which as a bronze 2 player is terrifying. Let me
Yeah.
tell you what. Subbing in is potentially, if not the most important role in the game against the top team of the league. But Soko, I found this very interesting. It seems like Soko is a creature of habit, just like most players that aren't at the challenger level. Like they stick to their habits, they stick to their clear patterns, they stick to their gank timers when they want to do stuff, how they want to do stuff. Uh, and it seems like Soko, he really loves his trundle, right? And he loves invading, which to
Yes.
be fair,
That,
Trundle beats just about everybody besides Fiora and, interestingly enough, Tarek. 1v1 early game. Tarek, if he has the mana, can basically 1v1 anybody with his Q. Interesting
yeah.
fact. But besides that, Trundle doesn't really have to worry about the 1v1 from anybody. He can invade when he feels like it. You really have to
Well,
be
except maybe Warwick and Olaf.
yeah, with the healing. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
they're
sure.
both monsters in early
Hmm.
game 1v1s.
Yeah, no, for sure. Um, and I think with those two picks, it may come down a little bit to skill. Warwick has a little bit too much healing, maybe for Trundle to get through in the early game. But
Yeah.
um, when you've got the Trundle on the other side, if he shows up in your jungle, which Soko loves to do, like I'm saying, he's gonna try to take all of your camps. He's gonna want to clear all 4 quadrants, right, and keep you off of all your CS. All of your experience, which is what you should be doing as a jungler, on top of helping get your lane ahead. But your communication really has to be top notch when you've got an enemy jungler that does stuff like that, because you need to rely on either your bot lane or your mid lane or your top lane to come roam to you, right? If he's trying to take your buff from you,
Yeah.
because you're not going to be able to 1v1 him, right? And maybe late game that changes, right? If you itemize correctly, but for the most part, especially once he has ult with the bite and with his ice field, it's just bad news if you're caught out alone.
Yeah. I
But
think
enough.
go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
No. Um I think what doomed Fitzik there was, oh, never mind, we have a 3-person gang coming in. Oh,
Oh,
that's a kill going to Annie, but
did that seem like
yeesh.
an unusually high amount of damage?
Yeah. Just
I
a wee
mean,
bit.
I don't think he was in tower range unless I just couldn't see it. Sorry, the quality for our casting desk, it's not quite as crisp as the stream, so it's kind of hard to see tower lines sometimes when they're sending out their
Yeah.
shots. But um, absolutely, just chunked him down. Wow, especially as a level 6 Annie. Um,
Yeah. I think that's a big thing people need to keep an eye out for is, okay, does Annie have R? Is she level 6? Does she have full
mhm.
stacks? Because just like that, she can burst you down easy peasy lemon breezy. Even
Yeah,
though
yeah.
she has Predator and not like Electrocute,
Hmm.
you saw they got bursted
Yeah.
down real quick.
Yeah, it's especially if she get like if you can't dive in Annie, right? I mean, like you can, but you have to like be very, very aware of how many stacks she has and what her
Yeah,
cooldowns are. Because like, okay, if you're gonna dive an Annie, right, and you know that she has full stacks, you can't dive her unless you know that she also has no cooldowns up, right?
yeah.
Like if she has full stacks and she has no abilities ready, then fine, right? You'll probably be all right. But if she has anything up and she's able to stop you, like it's just bad news.
She might have just gone level 6, in which case that
Hmm.
makes a little bit more sense. But even then, if you're gonna go for those early ganks, you want to make sure that oh, we have a flashing coming from Hopeless, but oh well,
Yeah, the TP coming out here from Forsalto, trying to catch the Ezreal off guard.
yeah, that was
Not going to happen though. He's just going to E and flash out.
a little much.
A
However,
little bit
you might
overexerted
you
for sure.
might get something out of this.
Oh, Hopeless going to go down here with a half health Q from the Zoe there. A lot of damage. Yeah, max range Zoe Q. It's going to half health you no matter where you are and what item you have.
Yeah,
You need to be very careful when she's roaming like that.
yeah, I think it was kind of expected when they saw that Annie was teleporting. It's like okay, I have
Hmm.
free time to roam down and just blast them.
Right, and that that's really important as a mid laner. Obviously you're in a lane where you can get ganked from both sides, right? But you also need to remember that you can help both lanes, right? Like bot lane's never going to roam up top to get a kill unless there's really just nothing else happening on the map. And top lane may show up in bot lane sometimes because a lot of times they have TP, right? But as a mid laner, you can help both sides.
Yeah,
So it's good call from Stormblade to roam there when he saw that his Annie was TPing and not in lane.
yeah, and right now they're just taking out camps. They can't do anything to defend it with their lead.
You see,
Oh,
Peels here just has so much true damage especially with the shield. Ruckus isn't able to do anything.
yeah. I think a big thing. Oh,
Ooh,
oh,
good ult
that
from
was
Jurinsod, just a little bit late on the Bard ult.
yeah. But I do think they get collapsed on here.
Yeah, it
Unless
doesn't look like Jurinsod's going to get out of this. He gets ignited into the bush. Hopeless not going to make it out either. Going to get run down by Soko, who is now Soko's 1-0. Yeah, they're gonna lose two people there, and they're gonna lose their bot lane. Very unfortunate for the side of TKK.
yeah. Um, I think Fitzik needs to be a little bit more aggressive. I guess
Hmm.
he has Predator boots, and with Predator, your main thing is ganking because
Hmm.
might not have a lot of damage since you don't have something like say Dark Harvest or Electric or something like that.
Right.
But you need to be ganking. Same
And
thing
I
with
sorry.
Annie.
I, yeah.
Since you have those Predator boosts, they're meant for roaming.
Mm, right. Right. If you're like I can understand, and so like we may think about it a lot of times, especially
Oh, that was a
Rocket.
good cancel.
Ooh, good flash though from Ruckus. Gonna go over the wall under the safety of his tower.
Yeah.
Um, Back on my thought though. So while nothing's happening in the map here, I'll talk about this a little bit. So there's this idea, it seems like in the League of Legends community, right? That if you're not, Rocket's gonna get dived on again.
Yeesh, I don't know about that.
No,
Yeah,
no, no,
I
no.
don't.
Fitzik taking 3 tower shots there with an Ornn that still has ult up. Very bad news.
Yeah, I think they're a little too overconfident, especially.
Hmm.
I don't think he was paying attention to how much mana he had, because yeah, that was a little bit too overconfident.
Hmm. And I think that dive goes a little bit better if you let the Camille take the tower shots, right? Because at this
Yeah,
point, Peels already has more health than Morgana, right? You can't black shield the tower shot, so if you let Peels take aggro, then Fitzik has priority to do what he needs to under tower. But if your Morgana is taking the tower shots, then it's not going to go well for you because she doesn't
Yeah,
have nearly as much health.
and I
Um,
think he could have
Especially being
stopwatched it,
three. I didn't even
but
realize Fitzik is 3 levels down from Peels, which means even if they were equal levels, he's going to have less health than her. Peels probably has like 500 or 600 health more than Fitzik right now.
yeah. But I think the main problem was they shouldn't even have gone for the dive. Because he just whiffs his Bartle, but
Yeah,
oh,
gonna
and the
gonna find
teleport.
nothing.
I like the teleport. I really do. Very
hmm
responsive. Very nice.
Absolutely, yeah. Peels is doing work here.
And Nitro
Gonna
Dex
catch Nitro
goes
Deck.
down. Ooh.
Mm.
Oh, and they keep on going with
Ooh,
against.
gonna catch Stormblade here too, though.
Oh, very nice
Oh,
peel. But he does give a shutdown to Soko.
yeah,
But
that was a great pillar. Soko caught in the animation. He saw Peels throw the hook to the tower, and realized that Peels isn't going to go back towards him. Peels is going to go for this top left bush that hangs out behind the bot tower, topside bot tower, and he was like, okay, pillar, right?
yeah,
Because at that point, Camille's running into the pillar. She's face to face with tower getting run down. So really good pillar from Soko there, but overall, really good fight and TP from Peels. You
yeah,
really like to see it.
yeah. I think it's things like that where they miss the Bartle and a big engage tool
hmm
that they're able to capitalize on it with things like Camille teleport. And as you just saw, wipe out half the team.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Um, but back to the thought that I'm having, and I'm sorry to keep coming
No,
back
it's
to this, and like
all good.
there's stuff happening intermittently, so I may stop talking about this when need be. But there's this idea in League of Legends, right? A lot of people have we all use op.gg. A lot of us use like Professor and FaceCheck and u.gg, right? All these websites that let us keep track of stats and things like that. But a lot of us get caught up a lot sometimes with like what the meta is. We get caught up with like what pro teams are doing, what South Korea is doing, things like that, and we get into our heads about like, well, am I doing this wrong? Things like that, and when we specifically talk about runes, it's like, Annie has Predator, Morgana has Predator, right? So if you're going to take those runes, Germ Sand is going to get caught out of here. Ooh, he's going to flash, though. Not going to be enough. Stormblade is going to catch him with the Q. Hopeless going to ult, try to preserve some of his life total, but he's going to get Zoe bubbled and killed.
Yeah. However, I think Stoko dies. Yes, he does die here.
Yes, Fitzik catches him.
It's a two for. Oh my god.
Oh,
He does have to
oh, really
use
nice
the.
stopwatch.
Oh,
Ah,
High does miss his Q and actually doesn't die for it.
yeah, no, so close. For Salto may get Stormblade here. Stormblade using the bush for cover though.
Oh, Tibbers? No.
And that kind of felt like a flex on the stopwatch from Stormblade. He didn't
Oh,
he didn't need to use it there.
but
Wow,
he bare.
Stormblade gonna get
Oh my! Is this whole like minute has been just a butt
nerve
clencher?
wracking. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'd say clip that, but Toasty Boy, you're right here casting with me, so
I
you're
know.
gonna have to wait till after this game is over.
I've been slacking on the
That's all
clips.
good. You gotta give kernels to other people.
Yeah, even though no one has been clipping.
um, yeah,
That's
we
whatever,
got we got to
man.
get better at that. Clip these things, guys. Come on.
Come on.
But yeah, so like with the runes, like if you're taking Predator on Annie, you're taking Predator on Morgana, and you're choosing not to take like the electrocute the Dark Harvest because you've been told, oh, they're not good right now. Predator's better. It doesn't it
Oh,
doesn't help you to take those if you don't understand why you're taking them, right? You're going to be better off taking electrocute if you don't understand when and where to use your Predator. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Um, the same goes for like top lane. It was a big issue with kleptomancy. Ezreal's would take kleptomancy and they wouldn't really understand how to use it, so they basically didn't have a rune. They would get 5 gold here and there, not anywhere near like you should be getting from it. Uh, I think that may be a concern with the new first strike rune. Very excited for that as a Teemo main, by the way. Guys, it's like
Okay.
you get like 100 gold every time somebody hits a Teemo shroom. It's amazing. Um, but but yeah, I mean, you got to understand how to use your runes if you're taking them. If you don't understand how to do something that's new in the meta, you should stick to your comfort picks. Or practice. You can always just sit down and say, "Hey, I'd like to learn and practice." That's fine. But I wouldn't take it into your ranked games until you're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
But we are
Oh,
going to
he
see
early
Harold
smite.
going to go down here, though. Oh,
Nice.
and he took the Rift Herald.
Yeah,
What a
he early
nice steal.
smited way too quick.
Yeah. Itchy trigger finger there from Soko.
Yeah.
Peel's going to catch Zoe
Wow.
out with her ultimate here, though. Peel's luckily going to hit the blast cone and get out of there. That is going to be a 2-for-0 on the side of TKK. What a good fight. They're
Plus,
gonna,
they get the Herald.
yeah, they get the Herald. Well, yeah, no, they can crack up a mid. I was gonna say they could crack it top when the next drag comes up, but they've already got that tower set. It's a little
Yeah, but
wasteful.
yeah, they're just gonna have to back here because
Mhm.
they're a bit too low. Need to capitalize on the gold they just got.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, a
I
lot of
believe they
things.
get, they got a shutdown from Zoe there, so that's a lot of gold for Peels.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of things just happened. Soko early smited, which was ended up in a steal from Annie, which was very nice, very good. For TKK.
I wish we had
Bart.
voice comms because I'm sure TKK is going absolutely wild right now.
Yeah,
This is their chance to get back into this game and win. Right?
yeah,
They've come back in gold. They're still down in kills, but they're up 1.2k gold. So,
yeah,
very good position.
yeah. And then Tai Hai was able to land a 3-person ult, but no one
hmm
was able to capitalize it just because of the threat of the Camille.
hmm
And Hopeless just
Stormblade gonna
gets,
catch out Hopeless here. Hopeless
yeah.
doesn't. Can we go back to the items, Jazz? Um, Hopeless doesn't seem as tanky as he realistically should be here. He doesn't have his mythic yet. He does have his boots. He had elected to take Sorcerer's Boots though. However, I personally am of the opinion though, if you're playing the support Swain, right, even if you're playing it in like a fasting Senna lane, like you need to be a little bit tankier.
Yeah,
Especially when um, you've got the Ezreal, you've got the Trundle. Um, I mean, I would go like the plated steel caps, or like you could do Merc Treads too because they have a lot of magic damage with the Zoe, a little bit from the Bard and the Ornn. But they also have a decent bit of
oh,
lockdown. I realistically just probably wouldn't go Sword Shoes here. He's not tanky
wow.
enough to do what he wants to do.
Yeah, and I think not only that, but he's just playing a little bit too far ahead, and
hmm
he might die here now. Yes, he
Nitro
does.
Daxon gonna catch him with the ultimate.
Yeah, he just. A big thing is they don't have enough of vision
hmm
right now. Yeah, see, they're just taking up the vision in their own jungle.
Yeah, LLW absolutely crushing the vision game right here. They could see the entirety of their bot side drag pit, right? They could see pretty much all the way to their tier 2 tower down there. However, the map is dark pretty much for TKK, so they
Yeah,
need to be really careful here. And I agree with what you said. It seems like Hopeless is playing a little bit too far up on the Swain. It feels like maybe he thinks he's tankier than he actually is, but
yeah,
until he has his mythic, until he has some more health, he can't really make a whole lot of use out of that frontline potential.
yeah. And I think it's really important as the support that you stay alive before a fight even starts.
hmm
They might try to give up this drag just, or maybe not.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is probably not something I would fight for here. Hopeless does have a good stopwatch, though. They
that
are going to get a big fight.
a very good fight, very good fight, and it looks like TKK is gonna win it, and that is an ace. They're
Wow.
not good.
Wow. I'll eat my words. That is a 5-4-0, folks. 3k
Yep.
gold up now for TKK. They're going to get the drag.
and
I
maybe
wow.
the Baron. They're heading towards it.
Yeah, it looks like they're rotating up. Annie not gonna follow. She doesn't really need to. She's not the best champion at taking drag, but
Yeah, plus
uh,
she got pretty oomed. Oh,
yeah,
but she
for
is
sure.
TPing there.
I don't really
Just
think that she
to,
needs to burn TP here. Maybe
I
if their entire team rushes for Baron, sure, but
yeah, I
I,
think just to make sure that yeah, see Ezreal could have sniped it just
mhm,
to make sure stuff like that doesn't happen.
yeah,
You don't wanna get goofed on.
right. And see now at this point, without her there, it would have taken them I don't know, probably an extra 2 seconds. They would have all still had time to back completely safely. So now, Annie doesn't have, uh, she doesn't have a teleport for another 2 minutes or so. Uh, you
Yeah,
know,
as
I
Mudkip
mean, I
said,
don't blame him. Just trying to be safe, make sure that they get the drag with all of their ability. But
yeah. So as Mudkip said, Annie did get a pretty nice flank
yeah,
onto the backside of the LLW team, which was
hmm
instrumental in making sure that they were just unable to do anything. Looks like Vahai's gonna get caught out, but is able to make it out with just a bit of health left.
I wonder if
Um,
Peels knows he can go over walls. But just
well, he just did like
yeah, no,
two
I know.
seconds before that. Ooh, yeah. Again, Hopeless needs to be careful, not
Mhm.
just have to waste his flush like that.
He does have his mythic here now, though. He's
Yeah,
opted to go Leandries. I don't know Swain, so I can't really mention or talk about whether that's correct or like
I
a
mean,
good option here. I
I
think
mean
it's
that
fine
sounds
with
about
Trundle
right.
and Ornn being so tanky.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Especially you could just pop ult and then stopwatch and still be doing tons of
Oh
damage.
yeah, yeah. You make a good
Oh,
point.
Peels might be caught out here, and
Gonna go
or
wow,
the long way around.
man. Camille. Oh, he's gonna get caught out by Zoe here though. Oh,
Oh
he's gonna go.
no!
Oh, he broke Thigh High Croc's ankles.
Oh, this is not looking great
Wow, it's
for
turning around.
LLW. Psych, you thought?
Psych. Call an ambulance, but not from me.
Yeah, that they were trying to go after Peels, not realizing, hey, this guy, he's breaking ankles here, left and right.
Man, he baited four of their teammates into a losing fight from his team and broke the ankles on the bard. Clip that.
Please,
That's clip.
please.
Um,
This is a banger right here, guys. Come
a-
on.
ab- absolutely. I mean, to be fair, TKK was not doing super hot in the early game. Soko was on TKK like a horse on you know what on a hot summer day. And they had flipped it around. They are TKK is 8k gold up now, despite only having one more kill than LLW. Um, wow, what a
Yeah,
game! What a game, guys.
I think depending on how the rest of the series goes, either Peels or Salto can definitely get MVP for their team because they are
Yes,
both hard carrying their
I
team right
think
now.
I think right now I'm gonna give it like if obviously I'm not on the podcast. If you guys want me to be a guest, I will. I have such a beautiful face for radio.
He really
Um,
does. He really does.
um, but if I'm sitting here going, okay, well, who do I think's gonna get it, right? Like, I think at team fights, Peels and Forsalto have been pretty much even for like how much they're setting up and how much they're contributing to how well these team fights go. I think Peels did a little bit better in the laning phase though.
Yeah,
Forsalto got engaged on a
and
little bit easier, got ganked on. Peels kind of stomped the Orn though. To be
yeah,
fair,
I
Peels
think
is 7-1 currently. Just a heads up.
yeah, he was able to stay in lane, even do like if even with that one fail. Oh, never mind.
Ooh.
He, oh,
Well, Germ's
he's
ain't
at
gonna
the
get out here actually though. Really good
oh,
flash.
but they're able to get Stormblade, and oh, it's looking kind of blurry for us on our
Yeah,
screen.
it's all good. Germ's running for his life though. Ezra gonna catch him though. Unfortunate.
Yeesh.
That is going to be a 2 for 2, actually. So both 2 for 3, actually. Apologies. Annie with a triple kill. Wow, maybe the
That
MVP goes to Forsalto now. I don't know.
I think it. Oh, but this is the reason. Is this the reason why Peels is the real MVP?
Yeah,
Or
oh, Peels. Wow. Come on.
oh, but the
Oh,
true
so close.
damage.
Wow. Can
Wow.
we talk about how Peels just hit a Trundle, a level 12 Trundle with Frostfire Gauntlet, Phage, and Merc Treads and a Giant's Belt for, I don't know, like 700 damage off of his Q? That was insane.
Well, one, she does true damage. Two, she
Well, yeah, that's
has
what I'm saying.
she has what's it called? Divine Thunder, and
Hmm.
she's 3 levels ahead. So makes a big of a difference. Big of a
Yeah.
difference.
No, for sure, for sure. Um,
But yeah, it because throughout the game, Pios has been making plays like that where either one, they chase him to the ends of the earth and then was able
hmm
to set up the rest of his team to just collapse on them, or he did that one teleport where he got 3 kills and was able to
Yeah.
the snipe Q.
Wow.
Oh,
Bartle kind of non-bowing there with the Ezra ult. Make sure the Germ Sand and Forsalto don't take any damage there. I'd call that friendly fire, if anything.
and
But
now they just go for their second Baron.
mhm.
This
I will
is
say at this point, Peels can basically 1v2 anybody
oh,
or any two
absolutely.
people on their team. I would say not including Zoe unless he is ult, right? Because
Oh,
Zoe's so
Soko,
so mobile. But
he tries to steal with the flash, but is not able to.
ooh, I had Croc gonna take the. Ooh, he's gonna get the stun here on Peels though. Not gonna matter to Peels. He's still running it. Oh,
He
gonna be a double kill for
he's
Hopeless.
he's so tanky, buddy.
So tanky. I would say Peels is tankier than either of LLW's tanks right now, despite
Oh, for
not
sure.
having a true tank item.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah. This I think
Andy
and
Versalto is just in their base, just doing whatever he wants.
he's just chilling, dog.
Right.
And looks like they're gonna try into
Hopeless.
here.
Uh,
Yeah, it's oh, I he what?
I,
What?
I guess he got the call that they were backing off because people were coming off of their death timers and just said, it's
I
faster to die than to
yeah,
back.
why did Stormblood he? I am very confused.
Toasty,
I
words.
why did Hope he didn't tank all those turn shots, and why did Stormblade use his whatever.
When is
Okay, they're winning. It's fine.
are you talking about
It's
the
okay.
Annie using
No,
the
I know I understand why, so she can avoid the Q. But
right?
I saw didn't Stormblade use his stopwatch?
Uh, I I may have not noticed that. Stormblade doesn't have a stopwatch.
I think he picked one up.
Oh, with his I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
after Annie used it. I don't know, maybe you just want to get rid of it.
As Stormblade may just be kind of done with this game. You know, he's picking up summoners and using them as fast as he can get them, or even just actives. I'm not completely sure. Yeah, Hopeless. They're just gonna take the easy way out from the turret instead of backing. Kind of a dangerous tactic though, considering their death timers are sitting at like the 30-second mark here. Um, doesn't exactly save you time. You have to wait 30 seconds in the gulag. You know.
Yeah. Their TKK is looking pretty dang good. Right now
Um.
they have a what's it 12,000 gold lead with
Yeah.
3 ocean drags. That's
Yes.
pretty huge.
That's
That
actually insane for Peels. That is the best position Peels could be in. Because I mean, that's kind of what Camille wants to do. She wants long, extended fights, right?
yeah.
So, economy. Why does Camille Q make Divine Thunder or deal true damage? It doesn't. Camille Q does true damage on its own. So you get 2 casts of Camille's Q, right? Uh, but if you wait long enough, the second cast transforms into a kick, and the kick will do true damage. You just have to wait
Oh,
between
and
3
just like
casts.
that, Croc gets imploded on by Annie.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
that's late game Annie with the Rabadons.
mhm.
Ciao. And
Oh
just like
yeah,
that,
he
they
he did third item Rabadons. How interesting. I guess he was just so far ahead.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean
that
he's worth 700 gold.
yeah. Looks like they're just gonna try to go for the drag here
Wow,
with
did you see
oh
Annie? Did you see Annie use her ult to stop the Zoe Q that
oh
was coming out of Fog of War?
yeah. Peels tried to teleport there, but I don't think he needed to.
No, I don't think he needed to. That was beautiful, actually. Perfect timing on the Timbers to block the damage instead
Oh
of
my
getting one shot.
the true damage for Peels. Does he
Wow, this is what I mean.
1v3?
Peels is just able to fight
1v3?
most people. Come on with the healing. Oh,
Oh, Ocean
900 gold
Drag.
for Soko there.
Oh,
Wow. So correct me if I'm wrong, but Ocean Drag is 2.5% max health healing every 5 seconds, which means that with with 4 ocean drags, oh, I'm gonna do some math in my head. That's 10% max health every 5 seconds, which is 2% max health every second. He's getting 2% of his maximum health back in healing, which currently is he's probably getting like 400 health back a second right now.
we can
Wait,
check when
no.
he respawns.
Uh,
We'll figure it out.
yeah, no, that's
We
fine.
we got it. We got it. But yeah, it doesn't look great for LLW right now.
No, it does not. Um, I will say they did really good catching peels out there.
Yeah.
Soko got a lot of gold for that kill. I don't know if it's enough though.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Okay, so
so
Camille has almost 3k health, which means that two so 1% of her health is 30. So no, she's actually getting she's getting 60 health a second, which is still an insane amount, right?
yeah.
Natural healing on a champion is like 1.5 a second.
Oh my god. Hopeless just gets chunked out, but so does
Soko gonna get
Stormblade,
caught in the
and
peels ult.
this might be GG. Pause.
Possibly. Peels is running down Soko. Soko's got a Predator to get out, though. It looks like they're going to get one more chance. Oh, Peels.
And
Gonna catch
there
him.
goes Soko.
Yep.
Looks like they're gonna try to end here when they most definitely can and should.
Yeah, they absolutely can end here. So that's going to be game one. Peels goes over the Nexus.
Wow. What
Yeah.
a game.
What a game. Plus 50 gold for Peels. So that is game one of our 3-game series of TKK versus LLW. Game one going to go to TKK. How do you guys feel about that in the chat? Were you expecting it? Were you not expecting it? I think TKK is really they figured out what they're doing, right? They showed us last week and
Oh,
they're showing us
definitely.
again. And I think LLW should be scared.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I was gonna mention this, but I didn't get to.
Sorry, my bad. I
Um,
talk a lot. Go ahead.
yeah. So what I was gonna say is all they had to do is wait for Peels to get enough kills. He just teleports in, ults, say Stormblade,
Hmm.
and that's their lead. That's how they get ahead.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. I don't know that their warding was as on point as they would want it to be for that strategy, right? We saw that
Yeah.
LLW had the wards locked down for most of the game, but I do think that was a good call for TKK there. We are going to go to a quick, I think it's 3-minute break. So we will see you back for draft for game two. Welcome back. We are going into game two draft of TKK versus LLW. TKK pulling off another upset here in week 6, pulling off game one versus LLW. And what a game, Toasty. Thoughts?
Wild. Absolute banger. That's
Wild.
all I gotta say.
It was like the beginning of the game was normal, everyday cable TV, and then bam, you click on World Star and it's just a curb stomp. I mean, it was brutal. But we're gonna move into game two draft. We are gonna see the first bands come out. It's gonna be Nocturne Senna, Fiddlesticks for LLW, pretty normal. Into Galio, Olaf, and Shen for TKK. Galio band feels a little odd here. I don't know that LLW has been playing a whole lot of Galio. I mean, Galio
May-
is always strong because he gets the knock up and stuff. He has a lot of lockdown, but
yeah. I kind of like the Volibear pick better. I know Soka plays a lot of Volibear. He does
mhm,
the thing where you just stay in the chicken camp area and you just
mhm.
ult them on tower and then they can't really do much.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
So
You drop a ward and press R.
yeah, I was expecting that rather than Trundle. I think
Mhm,
Trundle wasn't as valuable as
right.
say a Volibear, but
Yeah, and I think Trundle's strengths lie in like the early disruption of the enemy jungler,
yeah.
right? But when you're playing Morgana, you don't really care about getting yourself ahead. You're looking for the black shield, you're looking for the stun, you're looking for the ult, right? And so he's not super great at putting Morgana out of the game because she could do so much with so little. Uh, Interesting find here, though. The bands are going to look pretty much identical. They are going to take away the Annie from TKK, though. I think that's a good call. However, I would have liked to see them take away the Camille, too, because I think Peels is just as much of a hero as that game as for Salto. So,
Yeah. One thing I don't get, I don't really like, is the Kalista pick. I don't think
yeah.
Kalista's that strong right now. Her only real use is her ult. Early game, she's but like late game, there are just so much other better picks.
I like
That's
Callista. Um, and not specifically for like the her strength in the meta specifically, but like I like how she can infinitely kite. She gets the little jump and skip when she autos people. It feels really good if you can get it down handedly.
yeah,
Um,
but like they're just like they didn't ban any ADCs. Why go for Kalista?
yeah, that's true. They could have
Out of all the ADCs you could have picked,
right. They
why
could have picked up
Kalista?
the MF, the Aphelios, the Tristana, all
Yeah,
three that have been very
exactly.
crucial in the
Like
season so far.
yeah.
Weirdly enough, my ADC on my team's been talking about Callista a decent bit lately too. So maybe they know something that we don't. I know she got a buff recently, but I don't know that it was that big of a buff.
Oh no, the Syndra. You hate to see it.
Oh, yeah, he is gonna get the Syndra here. Um, I mean, yeah. To be fair, he's gonna. Interesting though. This is a Trundle support, isn't it? Or is
Mo
Morgana moving back to the
no,
support lane?
I'm I would like to think that it's Morgana support, but I'm
Mhm.
with Fit's sake, it's more than likely Morgana jungle and
Okay,
Trundle
yeah.
support.
All right, and then Victor mid lane.
But who knows? Maybe they'll do a switcheroo.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I think the value of Callista, obviously, like, she's really good at throwing high impact targets into the mix, right? So, like, if you get an Alistair or a Volibear or a Cho'Gath, like, absolutely hucked at you,
Oh yeah,
like, we're talking, like, pumpkin chunkin with the catapult, thrown at you, like, you're not gonna have a good time. But, I mean, at the same time, like, her value also lies with her passive and getting the little dashes when she autos, and that's not super useful for somebody that can slow you down like Trundle or somebody that can catch up to you like Camille.
yeah.
So
So far, I think the idea they're having is okay. We get Callista. She ults either Alistar or Cho'Gath. That's a
mhm,
double knock up, and they just can't do anything. However, it's three tanks, and you only have two people that do damage. Really, only one with Syndra. I'm not feeling the LLW team comp.
yeah, yeah, no, for sure, I agree with you. And like my concern here is that Peel's got the Camille again. Somebody that we've already
Yeah,
talked about is so good into tanks because of the fact that she does true damage. Like you're never as an Alistair or a Cho'Gath. Like, okay, maybe like listen, maybe this Cho'Gath goes full AP support, right? Like,
I highly
or
doubt it.
well, okay, to be
I
fair, Cho'Gath is top lane, but like if Cho'Gath is full tank, Camille's going to like she can have a field day with him, right? Because she's got the true damage on the Q, and it's so easy for her to get away from him too. Like she's never going to willingly be within a devour range of this Cho'Gath, right? She can hop
yeah,
out with the E, she can get the shield, she can lock him down with the R and then run away. I mean, I think I like the idea that LLW is going for, right? You throw the volley bear into them, you get the knockup. Volley bear goes straight up with the ult, comes straight back down. Cho'Gath does the same thing. He lands into the middle of a 5-man. He throws the knockup at his feet. He knocks him up again. Like I totally get it, right? But like you said, you have to have damage follow up with that. And like Volibear does a decent bit of damage, but their actual damage carries are Callista and Syndra, and Syndra isn't AoE damage. She's single target damage, right?
yeah.
Your scare of the week, right? Like
Scatter.
does
It's
is
scatter
scat
week.
yeah, sorry, scatter the week does hit multiple people. But I mean that's it. You get a ball under one person, your ult is purely single target. Callista also single target. Callista, one of the best ADCs to buy runins on, right? Because you get
Yeah,
to proc your passive hooks on everybody that you hit with the
although she does have one of the shortest ranges for ADC, which is
yes,
kinda
yes, that's true.
also just wanna point out, Morgana is actually going to Hopeless, and Trundle is going to Fitzsick, which I kinda like a little bit
Oh,
better.
okay.
Trundle support, not the greatest. It's okay, not really, but
Yeah.
it is what
I
it
mean,
is.
it's not the role that he shines in, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely not.
interesting to see them going back to a little bit of more of the normal account. And like, I'm totally fine with this. Trundle's also really good into tanks. I mean, like, I mean, listen, he waits for Alistair to pop his ult. Trundle targets Alistair with his. Trundle is unkillable. Trundle is unkillable for the remainder of the
That's
game,
true,
right?
actually.
That's like an
The
extra what, 100 armor? Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think they really thought about it. Camille chunks out the tanks, Trundle sucks up all the tankiness from the tanks, and then the
Hmm.
Victor just runs around, queues everyone, and just does damage.
He makes their life very very hard.
Miserable.
Right? Yeah. Eh,
Miserable.
Yeah, Morgana locking people down, and like I could understand if you see like okay, I see a Trundle, a Caitlyn, a Camille. So now my Volibear, my Alistar, and my Cho'Gath are just building like I mean, they're building Thormail, they're building Randuins, they're building whatever, all this armor items, right? But the Victor and the Morgana, more so the Victor because the Morgana's in the support role, the Victor makes it so that they still have to itemize against him, right? They can't go full armor or Victor's going to run away with the game,
Yeah.
right? So they still have to split up their itemization if they really want to do well. Um, and I think again may have just not thought about this as much as they should have. The Camille and the Trundle really, really run circles around pretty much the entirety of LLW.
Yeah. And
Camille also shuts down Callista passive, right? Like she can't hop out of Camille ult, so.
yeah. Another thing that I don't like is they banned Senna again,
Mhm.
but I don't think they're trying to go for the Fascinating Senna. The only reason personally that I think they went for that is because Vacanteg was their bot laner. Vacanteg
Mhm.
is a top laner. So it
Yes.
kind of makes sense. They just did it for that one purpose because it's play DC. It's gonna be a lot harder for him.
Right,
So
right.
if
And
anything, I would have banned Fiddle, Camille, and then Nocturne, sure, whatever.
we talked to their captain is hopeless, right? We talked to him last week after their one against TPP, and I remember him saying that Vacant Tech played these bruisers and they went with the fasting Senna because of the fact that, like you said, Vacant Tech is a top laner. I believe he mentioned that ADC is one of Vacant Tech's weak roles.
Yeah.
Um, and so if you're putting somebody in a lane they're not comfortable with because they're your sub, you're not going to have a good time, right? And so they prioritized making sure that their laners were comfortable
Yeah,
by
and
finding something that worked, right?
I think that was pretty smart. It's like a, "Hey guys, crazy idea, more bot lane.
I think
Hey,
it may have been the most big brain drafting strategy so far this season, right?
galaxy brain,
Yes,
omega."
absolutely. 200 IQ. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Yes, vacant tech. Absolutely. Um, I will say everybody except for Peels rocking his skin though. Peels, I gotta dock you points for that.
But honestly, bro, does he need it? He
No, he
he
doesn't. He doesn't.
he
He flexing with the macro and the micro.
you can have all your nice skins, but he just cops you with that KDA, bro.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care about your skins. I'm getting the plus 50 from the Nexus.
Yep.
I will say though, I wish Alistairs would pick other than Mukau, right?
No, there is
Every
no other
person who's ever played Alistair picks Muka Alistair.
no,
Like I get it.
there is no other skin. There is no other
It's
skin.
adorable, but
What other
yeah,
All-Star skins? That's the only one we're talking about.
it's not the only
Alright.
We're gonna hop into game here though. Probably just gonna see another 5 point from this team.
They might try to cheese him with the Cho'Gath Q, but
Yeah, possibly. Um, yeah, I mean, actually, LLW does have a pretty good invade
oh,
comp. You've got
looks like Hopeless kinda didn't get the message.
oh yeah. Hopeless a little bit late to the
Oh,
party.
oh, Soko,
Oh,
he done goof
Soko?
bud.
Not oh,
And
Soko's gonna have to back here though.
yeah, half
And
health
being down a
and
splash. Wow.
yeah.
Hopeless is playing with fire over by that tri-bush.
I
Oh, he
think
sees them.
yeah, I think, when Nitrodax had to do his passive thing, whatever it's called, the Black Spear, he saw it
Yes.
was like, "Wait a minute, looks kinda odd there. I don't remember that spear being there before.
Yeah.
Huh, little
One of the
wacky."
things that you can see, even if a champion's standing inside a bush.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and things like that make me wish that Aurelion Soul was good right now because, like,
Ooh, they
it,
get the award. Very nice, boys, very nice.
yeah, very nice. I love standing in bushes as Aurelion Soul because you can't see the orbs, and so you just walk into invisible damage. Right? It's just so funny.
I honestly, I never say Aurelion Soul, but, I
No,
didn't know that.
he hasn't been good in quite a while.
Yeah. Alright, and we have the game starting.
Hmm.
Nothing really big happening, it just that fault that, messed up invade.
Hmm.
But so far, nothing
I will
crazy
say
happening.
two things I'm curious to see about. So Trundle and Volibear both really good early game champions. I
Yeah.
wonder, I wonder if Fitzik is gonna try to abuse the roaming into enemy jungle like Soko was doing game one. Um,
Um,
I
I
don't know that he can do that against the Volibear super easily, but
possibly. He's already the thing with, Trundle is since your single target, attack
mhm,
until you get Tiamat, you usually just go for, like, a 3 camp clear or
mhm.
4 yeah, 3 camp clear and then look to invade or early gank. Not so much with Volibear since you have that AoE, you're
Yeah,
able
you have the
to
chain on your autos. Yes,
yeah, and that's why Trundle was able to invade Morgana, early game,
because he
last
had
game.
better clear than her.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
"Alright,
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
yeah, I already did all I needed to do, so let me just ruin this guy's day."
Hmm. Another thing that's like itching the back of my brain is that for Salto's gonna have so much wave clear compared to Stormblade here once he gets his Laser of Doom upgraded, right? Once it starts exploding. So,
Yeah,
we could see some Victor roams. Victor's really good at roaming with his ultimate. He doesn't even have to leave the bush to do a lot, in a fight. Just because you have basically infinite range on that ultimate as long as your timer is still up.
looks
Um,
like we might have a contest for the Skull Crab,
yeah,
but
possibly. Alistair, ooh, excuse me, big yawn. I
oh,
hope y'all at home yawn too. Soko gonna chuck out Fitzik here though.
Yeah.
Fitzik may not be able to contest that scuttle now that he's at half health. I
Yeah.
would probably recommend he just go back and get the top one.
Yeah, absolutely.
No shame in going 1 for 1 on scuttles, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's always a big flex to get double scuttle, but there's very
Yeah.
few champions that can do it reliably. You're looking at like your Hecarim and your Rammus and your faster jungles can get double scuttle pretty
my,
well.
my boy Nunu. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, Nunu for sure. Um, but yeah, nothing wrong with going 1 for 1 on your skill. Excuse me. Oh man, it is late here. I apologize.
Yeah.
Uh,
Daylight savings.
yeah,
What
I
can
know,
you do?
right?
All right. The drag is coming up in less than half a minute. Soko is known for starting the first drag fairly early, even if he's only
Hmm.
at 4 levels. The thing is, with Volibear, you can do that. He has
Yeah,
shielding, he has healing, he doesn't even need help from his bot lane. It's easy
yeah.
speasy for him.
And
So
to be fair, Soko plays a champion pool that lets him do that realistically. Trundle, because I mean, like Trundle can do it, the Olaf can do it, the Volibear can do it, right?
yeah.
And
The
so getting a level 4 dragon is so much pressure for your team.
yeah. Although one thing I don't like from Fitzik, or you know what, I'm gonna shut up for a second because we have a gank coming in now. Will the Volibear try to help him out? He doesn't need it because Fitzik goofed up on his pillar.
Yeah, I will say
However,
though, Stormblade turned back into him after scattering the weak and throwing him away.
yeah,
He turned back, and it could have been bad if that pillar had been better placed.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Volibear gonna solo the drag here. No need for help, anybody.
Yeah, the thing I don't like from Fizzik is he should know that since it's Soko and since it's Volibear, he's for sure gonna try to get that dragon as soon as it spawns.
Hmm.
So it's just that macro knowledge and
Hmm.
just prediction that he needs to utilize if he wants to get another dub for his team.
Yeah. No, and I will say so. Like we saw Trundle started his blue. He went blue, Gromp, red into a gank, right?
Yeah,
But I mean, like, and Trundle does have to start his blue so that he can continuously use his W to move along in the jungle and things like that. But if I'm him, I go, because you can clear 3 camps before your scuttle's up, right? For the most
yeah.
part.
And that's
I,
that's
I
another thing. He was able to get 3 camps cleared, easy peasy, but he didn't utilize the extra time he had before Scuttle. He has no
mhm,
kills, he has no assists, he didn't make any
yes.
plays or anything. Same if you play with a Warwick.
Hmm.
You don't have great AOE clear, so you want to usually 3 camp clear, maybe even invade. But yeah, he has to think of macro plays like that.
Hmm. Yeah, so like if I'm him there, I go, I'm gonna go. At least against the Volibear, and knowing that Soko likes to level 4 take drag, I would go blue immediately over to red. Either do my chickens or my Krugs, whatever is faster for Trundle. I don't know off the top. I imagine it's probably chickens, right? But do that, and then at that point, you've got like 5 or 10 seconds before Scuttle comes up. You get your ward, whether it be in the Dragon Pit or on the other side of the river,
Yeah,
so that
exactly.
you either know where Volibear is and can take the Scuttle safely, or you know when Volibear is going to drag, right?
Yeah, and oh, it looks like we're gonna have a gank coming up, but for Salto
For
just gonna
Celta
insta
gets the
flash,
flash.
but
Not
so
enough
does
though.
yeah. They went for flash,
Mm-hmm.
but and then Starblade was able to get a kill with the help
Mm-hmm.
of his jungler.
Um. Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
but they were able to get a kill bot lane, and might get a
ooh,
double
potentially a
here,
double kill.
and that
Uh. Oh, and
wow.
the good ult from Germs.
Oh,
Gonna
but they
pick him
have
out
two
here.
more coming down,
Mm-hmm.
but they have an ult coming in from Hopeless. Germstein was able to use his heal,
Yeah.
but it will
So
all
he almost picks off
yeah.
Stormblade there, but not quite enough.
Yeah,
Uh,
unfortunate. Two for
Ruckus
two,
getting
but
collapsed on. That's a fight bot and top. They're gonna pick him off though.
yeah, a lot of action in the first 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It was Stormblade was able to cancel the Morgana ult with his Scare of the Week, which is very, very
Mm-hmm.
nice. He had to, it's plays like that where you have to be okay. What can I do? Can I cancel this? Can I cancel that? And he
Mm-hmm.
was able to, and I think that really helped him save the fight. So, and the sad thing is, Jim-san was trying to heal Hopeless to ensure that he was able to get the ult off
Mm-hmm.
and stay alive long enough.
Yeah. Fun fact about that gank there from Soko onto Forsalto. Forsalto is 2 levels up, right? Soko doesn't have the ultimate yet on the Volibear, but it doesn't matter. Forsalto flashed a little bit too late. Um, Volibear stun is almost like Warwick. Warwick will follow people if he holds it when they flash. Volibear won't do that, but if you're still in range after
Oh,
you
but they're
press
having
Q
a
and
teleport
don't get
coming
the
in. They're
ball.
gonna stop you. But then we have Flash or not Flash, but
Ooh,
yeah,
Pia's coming in. Wow, he's gonna
like,
chunk Soko there.
and now we have a second teleport coming in from LLW.
This is a 3v5. Peels does pick off Soko here, though. Wow, that is a testament to how strong Peels is.
Yeah,
Peels TPs into a 2v5, gets a kill, and walks away with his life
yeah, and then
without losing anybody else.
Ruckus had to also TP there, but he didn't get anything out of it.
Hmm.
But I like the hustle. I like the
Yeah,
hustle.
very, very good on the side of TKK. I think TKK has proven to be a very scary team now. I mean, they were kind of in it and out of it at the beginning of the season, but it seems like now they figured out what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Another big thing for Salto is he was able to get the Herald off and get those plates. Very important. But now it's
mhm,
like we're gonna have a play for drag. More than likely, it will not be contested. But they are being very cautious with it
mhm,
since they know that they're going for it. Drop the ward.
mhm,
But more than likely, we're just gonna see Peels just go on Ruckus, chunk him out, since he has Divine Thunderer, and all Ruckus has is his boots.
mhm.
But
Yeah,
that
sorry, go
go
ahead.
ahead. Oh, that does um reveal a Infernal Soul. So
Mhm,
yes, LLW did take the first two, but if TKK is able to get the rest of these dragons, like last game where they got full uh ocean drags, that could be
mhm.
pretty huge for them. All the AD and AP that they'd be
Yeah,
getting.
and I will say I've got this interesting maybe conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it, brewing in my head that like. So at first I was thinking, oh well, TKK is winning this through the macro rotations with the TPs and being at team fights when they need to, having their laners just outperforming a little bit
Yeah.
their other laners, and and I was thinking, but LLW is winning with the vision score, they're winning with the rotations to dragon. But then the thought occurred to me, oh
Ooh.
wait a second,
Okay.
Peel's getting collapsed on here.
Oh, this is not looking good for him. He had to use his jump.
Peels,
Oh,
oh, he still gets out after getting ganked by
wow.
Soko
What's
and
the
and
what's
Stormblade.
what's the cooldown on his jump?
It's like 7 or 8 seconds. It's a pretty decent cooldown.
Yeah, because
To be fair though, he's maxing it second, right? You max your big leg kick last, right? You go Q
I'm
W.
not too sure.
So,
I don't play Camille,
oh no,
but
I know. It's just um, even with a couple points in it, like it's not a crazy short cooldown. He was probably just at the cusp of it coming up.
yeah. So what happened there is he was trying to wait for the. Okay, we have a gang coming in. More than
Kalista
likely,
throws Thigh High Croc into them, but it is he gonna get them
oof,
both killed here?
it will. Wow.
That feels like a really big potential int from Nitro Dax. He threw Thigh
Yeah.
High Croc into the mix without really any information, and it just so happened that 4 of TKK were down there.
Yeah. I think
Um,
like right now, Nitrodex is very, very behind, not only in kills, but also in CS. And Germson is able to get those uh, early plates and
Hmm.
still getting them. It's still not 14 minutes yet.
Wow, I
So,
feel like we've been in this game for half an hour. I don't know
oh,
why.
it does feel like that sometimes. But
Yeah.
he's playing our early game champ, but he's not getting the early game. Like, it's not looking great for him.
Right, right.
Oh, and then he just eats the Morgana Q
Oh,
and gets
wow.
killed, but looks like Versalto gets ganked by
Yes.
Soko and dies for it.
I will say for Salto having a lot rougher of a game than last time. I mean, to be fair, he is only 1-2, right? You
Yeah.
know, it's not like they've been killing him after killing him after killing him, like, happened to sub mid laners. Not would never talk about myself like that, but it happens, right? It happens. You get run
Yeah.
down repeatedly. He's only 1-2. He is down 25 CS, but it feels like he's been really bullied out of this lane.
Yeah.
It is possible he needs a couple items to really get online. Um, but
Yeah, that's the
it is
thing.
unfortunate.
That's the thing with champs like Victor. If you're not able to get your little CC circle,
Yeah,
whatever
your
it's called,
bubble.
yeah, if you're not able to get down enough with enough time, you're not gonna get saved.
Hmm.
But last game was playing Annie, you just insta R's,
Yeah,
more than
point and click.
likely,
Yeah,
yeah.
I will say,
So
and like to be fair, ganking a Victor and getting his R dropped on top of you under tower doesn't feel great, right? But like, it's not stopping you from running away. Um,
yeah,
so yeah, I think you're right. And just Victor has a harder time stopping ganks than Annie does.
yeah.
Um,
So right now it looks like they're gonna go for a drag. Uh, Volibear's Volibear just barely backed. Oh, but we have some action in the top lane. Will it end up with
weird,
anything?
weird place for Stormblade to TP too. I mean, he may just be going back to lane, but like,
Yeah,
if they were setting up for drag, there's closer wards to the river than his tower.
yeah. I think. Well, I don't think they're gonna try go for the drag. I think it's just you know what we don't have enough prio. They're kind of ahead. Let's just
Hmm.
chillax for a bit.
No, I think you're right. Um, while we're on the subject of drags, though, let me finish my conspiracy theory talk. It seems like, I thought at first TKK just didn't have
Okay,
good.
I'm gonna stop you right there. We have a
Go ahead.
TP coming in from I believe Peels, and we have one coming in from Ruckus. They're able to take the drag. Soko hops onto Versalto, but like Soko
Oh,
dies.
Fizstick so close to getting 2 kills there.
Yep.
Peels does get the Alistair though.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh, for Salto catching out Stormblade. Peels, is he going to get Ruckus? Most
More than
likely here.
likely, Ruckus was able, or he used his Q, didn't
Yeah,
land.
he's getting collapsed on by 3 people. That's it.
Wow.
And they did catch out Nitrodex there, but he just happened to be the first one back up, I believe, correct? So,
Probably yes.
yeah, because he's coming back from base. So that is going to be an ace. Um, I didn't think that team fight didn't seem to be going super well when they caught out Hopeless and killed him immediately, but it seems uh, it seems like it doesn't matter. Peels and even Trundle there, even Fitzik on the Trundle did a lot of work in that team fight.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
and they are going to go straight to Rift here, and they are going to get it. Um,
Yeah, I'm not sure if that attempt for Dragon was too worth it. They ended up getting an ace, and
yeah,
if anything, I'm not sure if it was up by then, but they could have just traded it for a Herald.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. They absolutely could have just. I think they purposely, not purposely, but they put themselves in the worst case scenario, right? And
yeah,
like, yes, best case scenario is you get drag and you kill them and you can go to Rift, but that's that's not worth it when the other scenario is you get nothing and they get both. When you could easily just walk up to Rift, let them have the. I mean, it's a singular mountain or it's a singular fire drag, right?
ooh.
It's not worth getting aced.
Hopeless gets chunked out through his black shield, but still able to make it out alive. Very impressive when their mid laner is 2 and 1 and 3.
They are going to
Uh,
get the tower here, though.
yep.
Uh,
And
so uh,
Germstein gets chunked out also by Stormblade. Yeah, that
both teams are going to look to back up and reset here. Um, so bear with me, Soko. Hear me out. Follow me through on this conspiracy theory about
Toko.
dragons. So
Toko, he's been playing, bro.
um, sorry, I said I'm so
Wow.
focused on.
Wow.
I'm
I feel
so
like I just
focused.
got
Toasty. I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
feel like I just
Don't
got cheated on, bro.
please
God
love
damn.
me. I love you. No. So listen, Toasty. It's at first I thought, okay, LLW has better drag control, right? I don't I don't think that's the case here, though. I think last game we saw LLW get 4 Ocean Souls, which was the best possible case scenario for Peels. And now, if they manage to get all 4 of these, they're going to have 4 Fire Drags. Now, think about this. Think about this. Ocean Soul was the best dragon for Peels last game. And now, Fire Drag is the worst dragon for um, LLW realistically, right? They have 3 tanks that are not making a whole lot of use out of it. However, Caitlyn, Morgana, and Victor all use Fire Drag so well, right? So part of me is thinking here maybe TKK gave up the first 2 drags and just had their fingers crossed and prayed that that third drag was perfect for what they were trying to do.
Oh, Soko making a small mistake, but
Ooh,
hopeless.
hope they get over the wall with the blast plant though.
He's not gonna be able to make it out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a one for none. Maybe Fitzik gets. Ooh. Nope. Soko was able to get chunked, but Victor
Mm-hmm.
is behind them, absolutely cracking them with his
Peels.
R.
Oh wow, Peels gets 2 kills here. Oh, sorry, for Salto catches that Stormblade actually. Double kill
Yeah,
for Peels. Ooh, does he know where Thigh High Croc is?
is more than likely since he's showing up on the map.
Yeah, Thigh High Croc
Even
just gonna
that's
light a
fine.
tower here though.
I don't even
Yeah,
think they were gonna bother with him.
yeah.
In all honesty, it's like why bother going after the support?
Well, I mean, I think Peels is so far ahead. It would be kind of like picture perfect to see him get a Quadra or a Penta here.
Yeah, but I don't think they. Well, he wouldn't have gotten a Quadra Penta. I don't think.
No, it wasn't possible. But you can always hope.
Oh, looks like I have a TP coming in from Syndra. Yeah,
That's
Syndra.
gonna be Stormblade walking through the river here.
I'll talk to you about that weird conspiracy theory in a bit, but
Oh no, I'm not concerned about it.
yeah, okay. So yeah, Silco for some reason flushes in, gets absolutely chunked. Stormblade barely making it out alive.
Stormblade has like 10 health and is running for his life.
Yeah. Fistic was hoping that his Q would slow her down enough, and he
They're
just
going
finished
to
with auto.
instantly claim Fire Drag.
Yeah, this is kind of looking like game one, where
hmm
the early game was
Um,
looking kind of shaky, but I think they,
TKK is 8K gold ahead currently.
yeah, I think the early game in this first game was a little bit more shaky than this
hmm
one. I think Callista, the Callista pick it wasn't the one chief, just
hmm
it wasn't it. He may
I
be 3-4-1, but Drimson's by 1-7. He has, oh yeah, as you can see, he has a 2K gold lead on top of
hmm
Callista. Easy dub.
hmm
And that's who you want your gold on.
right, and I think. Look, listen. I don't hate the Callista pick, but when you pick 3 tanks and only one of them is truly a good target to throw people into, like Cho'Gath knockup is ranged, and Volibear already wants to jump into the middle of the team fight on his own. The only person you're ever throwing is Alistair, right? You don't have a
Yeah,
lot of great targets for that. The people you want to throw at Kalista, you want to see the Amumu on your team, you want to see the Diana on your team,
yeah,
you
that would have been a better pick.
you want to see even like Ramus, maybe not with his new ult, but his old ult was pretty good to throw people into. Um, you want to see it's really funny to throw a Skarner into the middle of people and just watch him drag the ADC away, right? Where Skarner has trouble getting into the middle of fights and into the back line, and Kalista can get him there. But I don't know that Cho'Gath and Volibear are necessarily the best targets for you to be throwing around
Yeah,
because they don't do a whole lot once they're in the middle of the fight.
I don't know if it's just a preference for Ruckus. If you just like super tanks like Cho'Gath and Ornn, but I don't think that was the play here. He's not able to make
Possibly.
but Thigh High is able to go in, knock up 3 people, but I don't think it will be able to make much of a difference.
Oh,
Oh,
Germ Sand
Kalen's
lives here.
wow. That's that 2K gold lead, baby.
Yeah, 2K
Just
gold lead. Let him live.
well, not just that, but he just absolutely chunked out the Owlstar.
Yeah. Can we click on Ruckus real quick? How many stacks does he have?
He has
Yeah, Ruckus only has 8 stacks on his Devour, and you can get 6 stacks alone from like cannon minions and like large jungle camps, right? You Dragon, Baron, Rift. Oh, sorry. Apologies. He has 6 stacks total. And
from
those are
minions.
from minions. Ruckus doesn't have any stacks from champions. And so I don't think Cho'Gath was the best choice to begin with, but he's so far behind right now. I think maybe
Yeah.
the story would be different if he had a couple Devour stacks on champions, but he doesn't. He's also down by 40 CS.
Yeah, I think
So,
because he doesn't have the same impact as Camille, where he's just able
mhm,
to go around the back line, do hello damage, and be able to hard CC.
yes.
Um, I'm trying to think of who would have been a better top laner, but I think they would have had to maneuver their roster a little bit in terms of champs.
Yeah, because they did pick their top laner before they picked Camille.
Yeah,
So they would have had to give up like another potential counter pick,
yeah.
and let the Camille go through. I mean, I think like if you see the Camille come out, you're looking
Ooh,
for like
Fitzik getting a little bit greedy for that pink ward, but it's able to make it out with his flash.
Ruckus just doesn't seem interested in this fight anymore. He knows he's dead. I don't know
Yeah,
if we all saw that, but he was standing still for like 5 seconds while Peels kind of just wailed on him.
yeah. Not looking
Uh,
too great.
and,
Oh,
I mean, like maybe he was staring at shop or something while backing, but so
ooh,
I had
Peels
Croc
is
with a
able
good
to,
push.
but it's not gonna mean too much.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
Soko just
Peels is
trying
so
to,
far ahead.
yeah, Soko just trying to run out there, trying to get something, but just like that, the whole team gets aced.
That I don't know that that's game, because Nitro Dax and Ruckus are coming up, but they're at least gonna get
And
this
it is,
inhibitor.
yeah, and the next drag. So it's
Yes,
not looking great.
yes. Yeah, I mean, and it's hard because like the Camille with the Divine Center is like without a doubt she's like the best top laner right now, right? She's doing so well. Um, but I mean, you shouldn't be picking a tank into her, right? You should be
Yeah.
looking to pick somebody that can deal with the Camille ult, right?
Hmm.
Um, which means, oh, off the top of my head, all the champions of that I'm thinking of that can deal with that aren't top laners. The first thing that came to mind was like Zed, because he could just R out of her ult, but you're not playing Zed top.
No, you're not. But okay, we can have another fight here. Hope this guy insta killed. Will Peels be able to make it out alive? Yes,
Wow.
you know he will not. Psych.
Ooh, Ruckus is gonna get the Devour on Peels here. That's 1,000 gold for Ruckus.
Okay, but like, eh. It's 1,000 gold on your tank at this
Yeah,
point in
no,
the
I
game.
don't think it's super impactful, but it's like, I mean, it's half a tank item.
Yeah, at least you still get him killed, which is
Hmm.
pretty impactful.
Yeah,
Get him off the map.
yeah, for sure. I mean, as long as you're extending the length of Peel's death timer even by a little bit through these fights, it means that your fights later are going to be more impactful. If Ruckus ends up with a 50-second death timer, right, it means they get 50 seconds on the map without him doing anything, which could be huge. They are going to pick up Baron here, though. It is going to be purely Fit, Sick, and Forsalto, though. They're going to two-man it, and they're going to immediately back.
Well, no, didn't Jimson also get it?
Nope, nope. It was just Victor and the Trundle on the Baron kill. I don't know if you saw
What the what's that?
what's what.
Jimson has Baron buff.
Everybody gets Baron buff. You don't have to be at the kill.
No, never mind.
I'm a little confused. Sorry.
You said only Fitzsick and Forsalto got the Baron buff.
So I meant Fit, Sick, and Forsalto 2v1 did. They were the only ones that killed it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, sorry. That's what I meant by that. Um,
All
yeah,
right. Okay.
sorry, I just having I'm having an elderly moment there. That's my bad.
Elderly.
Yeah.
I'm having an
And
elderly moment at 20 years of age. Oh boy.
I'm only 22 and I'm halfway to senility. It is what it is.
A little bit concerned. But all right.
Hopeless gonna catch Thigh High Croc out there with the shield. Peels here running Ruckus down again. I think Peels could probably deal with Ruckus under tower at this point.
Yeah.
There's no reason to, though. You know, with the Devour, you might as well just play safe and roll it slow.
Wow. The Kalo just absolutely chunks him. For
Yeah,
some
that was about
flash.
half health.
Yep. Fitzsick dies, but Thigh High Croc is left all alone. That was to get it back up.
Peel's gonna look to get at least 2 towers
Ooh.
on the top lane here.
Yeah, this not looking great.
They do get bottom in hit. Peels is gonna get top
Oh.
tower.
Gemstone was able to flash snipe Stormblade. And there goes Ruckus, and this looks like the end of the game.
Wow,
So,
Peel's about to get third in Hib. All towers are down. Yeah.
absolute destruction.
Wow. Toasty Boy, it is an honor to be here with you as we watch for the second week in a row TKK winning their series against one of the top 2 teams. They 2v1'd, or they 2-1'd our number 2 team last week, TPP, and now they're 2-0 against our number 1 seed, LLW.
Yep. We might see a third game here. We're not too sure. Jazz will have to ask them.
I don't
that
know that
out.
I've heard about LLW forfeiting that third game, though.
Well, this is all right. Well, they've never lost a series before, so
True, that's true. Yeah, this is LLW's first series loss, guys.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
wow,
to
Toasty,
the
we have 41 viewers in the Discord, or
yeah,
not Discord, in the Twitch.
I was gonna mention we had like 33, and I was like, hey, that's pretty good. But 41, that's major.
That's
For us, at
almost
least.
double as many as I've seen casting a game so far.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess word spread through the Discord that some tomfoolery was happening.
Yeah. So I think TKK
sorry.
is for sure making waves. Yeah, the standings are definitely going to change. How? I'm not sure, but they will.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, wow. Yeah, we'll cut to a short break here while the teams either decide to play game 3 or decide to give it up. It's up to LLW. I imagine they'll play game 3, but we'll have to wait and see for their answer. So we'll cut to a short break so you guys can go use the bathroom. You can refill on your popcorn, whatever else you're doing. So we'll see you in a minute.
Yep.
Welcome back, all you lovely ladies and gentlemen. We are here, game 3, TKK versus LLW. It has been an absolute banger. TKK is 2-0 against LLW. We're going to hop right into draft here. LLW doing the smart thing and banning away the Camille immediately.
This might be another banger game. but in
Yeah.
the opposite direction.
Okay. Well, wait a second. Wait a second. Real talk. Fidsick got his fiddlesticks. His
Yeah.
namesake
What?
character. So
Why keep abandoning the Senate? I don't. They're not gonna.
yeah,
No.
I think maybe LLW didn't actually think about why they're playing the Senna. I think is realistically the issue.
Yeah. Nocturne.
They are
Hmm.
going to get Nocturne. That has been banned both games previous, so
Yeah.
I'm sure LLW is
Interesting
happy
pick.
about that.
But they did ban, and this is the reason why I think it might be more interesting. They banned the Caitlyn and they banned the Camille, the highest damaging champs
Hmm.
in the previous two games.
Right.
However,
You're
they
going to
didn't
pick up
ban.
Ornn again.
Ooh, we have big boy. We have that Freljord comp. Let's
Ooh,
go.
the icy bot lane.
Icy.
Icy. Like
Dr-
a rapper with his chains, they got the ice.
Heck, you stop that right now. Uh,
I'm just trying to be hip.
I'm just trying to be hip, guys.
I
Why you?
understand the slang.
But yeah, they did let in the Annie, so that might help for Salto out here. And we see a Rakan. The Rakan, I like it. I do
Hmm.
like the Rakan support.
I agree. Yeah, I really, especially with the Nocturne. Like, if you don't see Rakan coming with the W or the Charm, it could be massive.
Yep. Well, actually, that's true because you can't really see him too well because of
Yeah,
the
you're
Nocturnal.
you are legitimately not going to see him until he's underneath you animating the knockup, and at that point, it's too late.
Yeah, and then Ornn basically has a secure ult to hit everyone.
Hmm. Now, I will say you can see if you're standing on the Ornn indicator in Nocturne ult, but
Yeah,
you won't actually see the ram.
yeah. Uh,
Kind of the same idea with the Ziggs Nocturne. You're not going to see you'll see the indicator for the bomb, but you won't have a reference as to how long you have to get out of it.
yeah, or at the very least, it'll be a very blurred
It
because it's red. Nocturne ult
hmm.
turns your
Yeah,
screen red, kind of.
yeah. I think it'd be interesting to get some new Nocturne ults, and instead of like turning it red, turning it other colors, like a green themed Nocturne skin that makes everything green.
That'd be kind of cool. We have the
Yeah, that'd be
Zaya
cool.
coming in from Nitrodax. Don't think I've seen him play Zaya yet, but
No, Zaya's normally an ISO square pick for TPP.
Ayo
Uh,
ISO Square, get your girl,
ISO
get
square,
your
get your
girl.
girl.
And
Um,
we have the Gnar coming in from heels. He's going with the same things,
mhm,
bruiser-ish type top laners that can
mhm.
highly impact team fights, and I
Yeah,
like that.
and Nar, just like Camille, really good at dealing with tanks. He has the Bork basically on his passive, so
Yes,
I really like that. Or I guess it's actually like PTA technically, not Bork. Um, after 3 autos, you get that extra
yeah.
damage.
And we see the Annie coming from Salto, which was very, very impactful
Hmm.
game one with the flanks. I'm sure you all remember that
Yeah,
because
I
I
like
know
to
I
see
do.
it. He was hovering the Victor. I don't think his Victor was too impactful last game.
Yeah,
So I
I
like
think
to see him move away from it.
he did have one flank where he was able to get off a lot of damage, which was
Hmm.
pretty good. I don't like that they let the Syndra pass because in the second game she just absolutely shredded.
Yeah,
There
she was an issue.
Yeah,
Obviously LLW didn't win the game, but I think as far as LLW specifically goes, Stormblade was doing the best out of his team, right? He was doing a lot of damage. He was being very impactful. So
in terms of comp, I'm kind of leaning towards LLW more, to be honest.
yeah, I honestly I agree with that. LLW has a more traditional comp. The Zaya Rakan bot lane is a tale as old as time. It's Romeo and
Ooh,
Juliet.
I just know. Yeah, they have the Vestia and Freljord clashing the bot lane.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Very
for
nice.
sure.
Liked it. I like it.
Um, yeah, no, and I mean, to be fair, TKK played against ISO Score Zaya last week, so it'll be interesting to see if they understand what to do against it.
More than likely, I'm sure.
Yeah. However, I mean, Ash has not been at the forefront of the league this season. Um, Rakan is it's really easy for Rakan to get on top of her unless she has ult up.
Yeah.
And she doesn't really have a way to get out of Zaya ultimate or a Zaya stun. So it'll be up to Braum to really be playing, protect the president there.
Yeah. And for the most part, I think Ash is just CC and slows. That's her main thing.
Hmm.
And as long as Braum can protect her and allow the rest of the team to just gang up on everyone else, they
Uh huh.
they win the game. With the fiddle CC, with the burst from Annie, and
Right.
the team fight capability from Nar,
Hmm.
they still have a decent chance to 3-0 LLW, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say for
Yeah. No.
TKK.
For sure. I do have a question though. I see ISO Square is in the chat. ISO's this Zaya is your pick, right? We've known it as your pick since the league started this season. I have a question about an interaction that I don't know about off the top of my head, despite playing a decent bit of Zaya myself. If you have your passive up and your feathers are supposed to pierce through things off your autos, will Braum Shield stop that? I know it'll stop the autos, but will it stop the feathers? I don't know exactly how that works. I think that may be a big component of how this matchup plays out. Because if he can stop the feathers from, getting scattered around, that'd be really good. But if he can't, then it might be an issue. Um,
Professor
I'm
Iso
going off
Square,
on a
where are
tangent
you?
on some thought I had. Yeah. Um, but yeah, we've got 20 seconds until we start up in the game here. I love this germ sand spam.
Oh, bro, it's the best.
Yeah, no, I understand. Um, hmm, all right.
All right, we have the 3-minute spectator delay. Um, yeah, I think either comp can definitely win this as long
Hmm.
as one, they don't get too far away from the main body for TKK, because Syndra would just absolutely burst anyone. It does not matter who you are not safe
Hmm.
from Syndra.
Yeah.
Uh, and they need to make sure they're on top of it in terms of vision score, because the moment Nocturne sees you, he just ults in, fears you, and the rest of the team can just follow up. They need to be on top
Hmm.
of it with vision.
Yeah. Um, I will say though, I'm interested to see how this goes. It's been a while since we've seen a nocturne in an E League United game, just because he gets banned. I, I'm pretty sure he has like an 85% ban rate at this point. He gets banned in basically every game. Um, so I think it'll be interesting to see that versus Fidsick, who got his namesake champion.
Yeah,
Um,
not. I think he'll be much more impactful. He did have a couple good cues here and there on Morgana.
mhm,
Um, he did okay on Trundle, but on
mhm.
Fiddle, this is his baby. You do not
Yeah.
mess with. It's like Span and Leona. You give him
Yes.
it, you kind of goof in there, bud.
To be fair, there's a little play when you give Fidsick Fiddlesticks. Spanaway doesn't get Leona. It's just a fact of
That
life.
yeah, that I'm sorry, Span. It
Uh, sorry,
RIP.
Span, I love you, but
You got like once in their last series.
yeah, yeah.
Pain,
Um,
pure pain.
yeah. And we're looking at um, Peels has picked up another top laner who gets kind of tanky. He's a bruiser, but also deals with tanks super effectively. Um, LLW has opted not to go the Death Ball comp this time around. For those of you that enjoy playing Overwatch, you'll know that term. Death Ball, you just get super tanky and you push through, right? And that's what they did game 1 and 2. They still have the Orn, but the rest of their characters are super squishy. Um, which to be fair, is a field day for Fiddlesticks.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
yeah, that's the kind of the bad thing about this comp. Yes, they have more utility, and they're not just all, you know, solid
mhm,
bricks of stone, but if it lands a good ult, it just shreds everyone.
yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, Syndra Stormblade will have to be on top of that Scatter the Weak when Fiddlesticks comes prancing in with his ultimate there.
Yeah, he's gonna have to basically insta Zanyas if he doesn't want to get feared and just
Hmm.
sucked by
Yeah,
Fiddle.
yeah.
Alright,
Um,
we're going in game in a minute. Let's see if it's showing on stream. No, it is not. Okay. Uno momento.
por favor.
We're having a slight issue on OBS. Just one moment, please.
So, people in the chat, we're at 37 right now. Toasty Boy, you said we hit a high of 44 earlier.
Yeah, it might have been higher, but I did see 44, which is
Right.
usually we average like 22, 24.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
this is pretty huge.
Yeah. So for the 38 of you in chat right now, I know there's a watch party going on in the Discord. For those of you at home, wherever you may be,
Okay,
uh,
we're gonna shut up. We have the game coming up, and let's see this game 3.
yep. Let's get to it.
Ooh, it looks like their grouping might go for another sneaky little
Ooh,
cheese-a-rooney.
all five going to this bush. Are they gonna? Is Soko gonna fall for it again? He fell for it last game.
I don't think he will.
No,
He's
no.
just
I think
chilling
he's learned
there.
his lesson.
Yeah. Last game he had to blow his flash for
Hmm.
absolutely no reason. But it looks like Thigh High Krog is gonna probably get a deep board here, since they know that at least a couple of them are up top. Uh,
Yeah,
well,
second game in a row, Thigh High has got that deep ward on the red.
yeah.
LLW is still winning right now with division control.
Well, Phil Six was able to get an effigy there, but it looks like Toko's gonna grab it. 3 free gold. Let's go.
Hmm.
It's those money
Uh,
moves like that get you ahead.
yeah. Uh, it Fitzik does have his effigy down by wolves though. Interesting place to put it. It means that Nocturne can't walk over to his blue safely. He may end up getting hit by that effigy, and which will at that point let Fitzik know where he is. So I like the placement. But as far as the start of this game, it's going to be pretty normal.
Yeah.
Uh,
Something I'm kind of interested in. I don't play a whole lot of fiddle, but
mhm.
I know usually you don't really. Okay, I'm gonna shut up here. We have a small engage.
Ooh, good stun.
Nitrodax is getting half health, which is exactly what you want in the early game. Get that pressure.
Amazing. Yeah, amazing trade from TKK. Nitro loses like 150 health more than Germ Sand.
Yep. But I also think with fiddle,
Hmm.
I don't think you usually want to go refill pots just because of how much lifesteal you get on fiddle.
Hmm.
So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not the fiddle guy. That's fit sick. I'm small brain, but
Yeah.
usually you would get like a control ward. Maybe it's
Yeah, yeah.
depending on the comp or how confident you feel on this, that, and the other. That's just my little take on that.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. With Fiddlesticks W, you get so much life, especially from the Raptors. You can basically heal up the full, from
Yeah,
Raptors at any point in the game, pretty much, just because you get to hit all of them. You get so much life. Um, I agree. The refill feels a little pointless. Like, I mean, I get it. It's still extra health that stacks on top of what you're already doing, but having just like two control boards in your back pocket for when you need them is never a bad thing.
Absolutely. Um, I'm curious if Soko's gonna go for this early drag again. He's on Nocturne, not the greatest early solo dragon fighters, but I'm sure he can still get it done if he gets level 5 fast enough.
Yeah, and I mean it's a good and a bad thing for Nocturne, and I'll speak on this because I've played a lot of Nocturne when I was playing
Ooh.
jungle religiously. Um, you you know you can't spell shield
Yeah,
uh, a dragon shot, but you do get the healing from your passive when you do your AOE auto. So you get a little bit of sustain there. Uh, but because of the fact that you don't get to spell shield the dragon auto,
yeah,
you don't get the attack speed from your shield being broken, which makes it a lot harder for him. So it really is just a matter of whether he backs before and gets his first item.
yeah. So far, all we're seeing is no ganks right now. For Salto's been eating up those Scare of the Weeks from Stormblade.
Hmm.
Not really doesn't matter too much right now, but later it will matter. We have a small gain coming in from Fitzsick. Nothing's gonna come of it. No flash, no nothing. But a
Hmm.
good effort to try and get that early pressure. However, now Salko knows that he's top lane. He could go for this early drag if he feels like it.
Hmm.
Um,
And I think for Fidsick, he's level 4, so I think if he gets this Gromp and the Wolves, and then he backs, and then he does his bot side, he should be level 6 to probably gank on bot lane, who has seemed to be pushing up pretty hard.
yeah,
I think that may be a really good thing for him.
yeah. He already has his Predator boots up, which soon will be up again in a matter of seconds since he used it
Hmm.
off. But yeah, he just needs to keep on farming, look for those small opportunities to gank, and he'll be golden. Golden. Yeah, it looks like he opted to just continue farming. I honestly don't like going for early drags unless you can do it fairly safely with
Hmm.
Volibear.
Yeah,
Because the thing is, oh,
I
go
think
ahead.
you need a lot of vision, right, to do that safely
Yeah,
early. You need to know where their jungler is. You need to know how far he is into his camp, that kind of stuff. You need to be able to see if they have vision on you. So,
yeah, and I get the idea behind it. You want to get those early drags and try to get that small amount of early gold,
hmm.
but I think it just takes away too much time from early jungle clearing to that it's not worth it, especially since they looks like Thai's gonna try to flash knock up Fitstick, but he just flashes in return. Looks
Mm.
like they're gonna take advantage and no, they're maybe gonna go for yes, they are going
Yes,
for
Nocturne
drag,
is starting to drag.
which it's fine. It's an Infernal Drake. It's a little bit extra damage, but not the end of the world for
Mhm.
TKK.
And I think if you have your support there, it's a little bit safer.
Yeah,
One of the ideas behind getting that super early drag is that you have more time for the buff to help your lane snowball. Um, so I don't think it's a terrible thing. You get punished super hard if it blows up in your face.
yeah,
If you get
absolutely.
rotated on by the mid laner and the bot lane plus the jungler, and you die and lose the drag, it sets you back so far.
Yeah.
But the highs of doing it are also very, very good. TK, sorry, LLW has this fire drag now, which means Nitro Dax hurts a little bit more. He trades a little bit better. Syndra hurts a little bit more. She trades a little bit better. So it means that his lanes may overall be doing a little bit better now.
Yeah, I don't think the small amounts of damage that it does add, I don't think it creates that much more of an impact.
No, I don't think it's huge. It's like what 3% extra AD or AP.
I I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's huge, but I mean, it,
It's
to be
something.
fair,
It's
it
something.
also means you get to soul faster. So,
Yeah. This has been a very passive game. Not any real ganks.
hmm
Yeah, and it's almost 10 minutes.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there's
never.
the Nocturne. Ooh, gonna
Wow.
get the Syndra. Sorry,
Yeah.
Syndra's gonna get for Salto. My bad. Um, yeah,
Just like
Nocturne
that,
just that 1-2 punch.
yeah, the insta bum rush. He can't get stunned with Annie. R, it just goes ham.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about it's kind of a mental game too with the Annie into the Nocturne because your combo with Nocturne is you R, you spell shield, you Q, you auto attack, right? And so the idea is by the time you reach them, you have your spell shield up. So because reflexively, when players get
Oh,
dived
it
on, they're
looks like we have a little fight here in the bot lane.
ooh
Peels
gonna
is
get the
gonna
knockup.
TP. Nitrodex tries to ult, but gets nothing out of it, and it's a 2-for-1.
I will say, good move on Peels. He walked behind the Zaya so and to not get hit by her
Yeah.
fans or her feathers in case she called them back. Uh,
Yeah, I,
good on him.
yeah, I think
Um,
regardless, he was dead there, but just prolonging his death if he would have just
mhm.
kept on going. And
um,
that's and no one died from the bot lane. That was pretty huge. I
yeah.
think the
I,
important thing when your other laners are rotating to you is making sure they stay alive. That
yeah.
you continue to take the pressure from your laners, and so your jungle or your top laner that's TPing in is able to go full on, full force
hmm
onto whoever's attacking you.
hmm
So, oh, hate to see it reset the
Yeah.
chicken.
Mikey, if you're listening right now, I think when we do the end of season wrap up, or even the next time you get into the podcast, I think Peels deserves an award for best use of
Of TP,
teleport. Yeah,
yeah.
the man has not had a bad
Oh,
teleport.
oh, you have a. Oh, you hate it.
Ooh,
Oh, Tibbers? Tibbers? Question mark?
nah,
Nah.
it's not gonna be enough. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, this is the thing. You could think of Nocturne almost as a hard counter to Annie, just because
Yeah.
you have the spell shield up when you go in, right? So the first thing she's gonna hit you with is most likely gonna be the stun, and if it's not, then she's not gonna kill you, right? So you have the spell shield up. If she hits the stunning you, you got the spell shield. If the ability isn't a stun, you're not getting stunned anyway, right?
Yeah.
So you could continue with your onslaught realistically, uh, into a kill.
Yeah. The mid lane traded for 2.5 towers plus all the playing that comes with it in the early game.
hmm
But Nitro Dex did get killed. Oh,
Good
Germpan
Ash
was able.
ult.
Yeah, and then it was followed up by a Fiddle ult,
hmm
giving the shutdown to Salto. Pretty huge.
hmm
Uh, yeah, Salto needs to get that gold since he's been ganked so much. And oh, we haven't been. Peels is able to land a good ult on Ruckus. Not much is gonna come out of it, but it'll definitely for his dominance at least.
Wow, I didn't realize the damn
Oh, Ruckus
one.
baby, what are you doing?
Oh, so close. Um, I didn't realize the damn Juan's skin for Nara turned him into a lion. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Turns him like into a little white and blue albino lion,
Albino.
albino. Um, but
Oh,
yeah, well, actually, the game is fairly even right now. Um, LLW gonna look to pick off Hopeless here. They're not gonna get him though when he got the shield up. LLW 200 gold ahead of TKK. TKK 1 kill up. So they're neck and neck. They both have a drag.
yeah, right?
Uh,
Oh, thigh high, you're.
oh, for
Yeah.
Salto gets it.
This, I think thigh high. in this series has been kind of off. I'm
Mm,
not too sure. He's either been missing Bartles, which would be essential in team fights, or he just
hmm
dies for no reason.
right. No, I agree. We all have off days.
Yeah, definitely.
Thigh High Croc's a really good player. We all know that. So I
Yeah.
imagine he's just having a slump day. Maybe he hasn't had his
Oh,
coffee. Who knows? Ooh, the
oh,
Fiddlesticks is there for
Soko.
the counter gank.
But they will get the unless he's crazy.
Mm,
Aw,
yeah,
yeah.
that's going to be a kill there for TKK. 2 kills, in fact, bringing the score 5-5. Exactly 1,000 gold ahead for LLW.
Oh, Peel's is gonna
Ooh,
force a flash at Soko. Gets
yeah,
stunned by Stormblade.
Stormblade is so ahead right now. He's 2-0-3. He's worth 150
Oof.
gold. He's 30 CS up on his enemy laner. He is very strong.
Yeah. I don't know if Hopeless wants to jump in on this. Germson is very low on mana.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
not
imagine he probably wouldn't, especially considering Nitrodex has ult up.
yeah.
Or at least, I mean, he doesn't have ult up, but they don't know that, I would imagine.
Yeah.
No,
Also
no, Nitrodex does have ult. My apologies.
yeah. And something I've been noticing is uh Zayas have been building or not building. Oh, never mind. They're going in for the
Wow.
fight, but they're gonna try and focus the and Phil just ults here.
Ooh,
Triple
Nitrodex gonna use
gonna
his ult to get away from the Fiddlesticks. Not gonna be enough, though.
but Fitzik is able to secure the kill.
Ooh, for
Wi-Fi
Salto,
high.
not quite gonna get Nitro.
Yeah.
Or Thigh High, apologies.
Looks like
Uh,
Pills is gonna get killed here more than likely. His
hmm
jump wasn't enough and
Yes.
gets killed by Ruckus.
Yeah. So you were saying you noticed
Oh yeah.
that
So
they're building.
on Zaya, I've been seeing Airy a lot more,
Mhm.
and honestly, I'm not a fan. I'm not sure if ISO is here. He might not be, but
I saw him. I saw that he's watching. I don't know that he's paying attention though.
okay. Because I would assume that oh, you hate to see this deal,
Ooh, right down onto him.
but will it be a mistake from Fitzik?
Oh, he gets
Yeah,
knocked out of his channel there. What a shame.
yeah, that was a bit of a greedy play. The whole team respawned. You
Hmm
really don't need to stay that far in.
Hopeless
Georgetown
gonna get
was
out with his life, but LLW is now 4K ahead.
hopeless does not get out alive. Ruckus is getting run down by Peels. Peels doesn't have Meganar for him yet, but doesn't matter. He's gonna
It
get
does
solo
not
killed.
matter. The
Yeah.
passive on Nar is so strong against champions that are tanky by nature. When your claim to fame in League of Legends is tanky, Nar is not your friend.
No, he's not.
Um, so you were talking about the area on Zaya. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't I- as
Oh.
somebody who likes playing Zaya, I don't know what that's about. I don't.
Germson is the man.
Wow,
Put in
wow, what a
chat. Get that.
snipe! Or
Where's
block
that?
it. Ooh,
Where's that copy pasta? Put in right now, ladies
where's
and
that copy
gentlemen.
pasta? Copy the copy pasta.
Copy the copy pasta.
Um, yeah, I mean, absolutely. He kind of just Robin Hood him. But yeah, I don't know what the airy thing is about. I Zaya is one of my more preferred ADCs, and I mean, to be fair, I don't like taking out airy on mages who are supposed to take airy. It still doesn't feel like a good rune to me. Like I've never enjoyed it really. And
Yeah.
I definitely would have taken it on an ADC when it absolutely tanks your fighting power late game versus an ADC who has lethal tempo, they have press the attack, they have fleet footwork. Like you lose so much compared to your enemy ADC by having
Yeah.
Airy, right? Like
Absolutely.
maybe it helps in laning phase, but even then, I can't imagine an Airy does more damage than the extra damage from 3 press the
Ooh,
attack on
Heels was
this.
able
So
to dodge the scare of the week. Rux is having to tank the dragon here.
Hmm.
which it's a cloud drag, so it does a lot of damage.
Yes,
And
yes.
looks like they're just gonna try and take it for themselves.
Yeah,
However,
they're gonna
they
pass it
forgot
off.
LLW's team fight capability is cracked. Looks like
Wow.
Fiddle's just gonna have to flash. Ooh, no.
You know what
Yeah.
that was? That
What?
was um in the old like Tom and Jerry cartoons, the old Looney Tunes, when the villain is standing there and the hero, whoever, hands off. He's standing there. He lights a stick of dynamite. He looks at it. He hands it to the villain, and the villain gladly takes it. Right. The LLW was doing the drag, taking the damage from it. They said, "No, you can have it," and TKK said, "Gladly," and then proceeded to get run down after taking a couple of dragon shots. So,
Very
uh,
out of the blue comparison, but I
yeah,
like it.
I don't
I
know.
like
I don't
it.
know. Um, yeah, it's like the Roadrunner thing where like he thinks he's being sly by painting the wall with a tunnel, and then the Roadrunner goes through it, but he slams into it.
Oh,
Another snipe with the
Germstein is
Ash
just
ult.
he's a god. He's a god. But
Wow.
I think that was worth definitely. It
I
made
think so because he's worth more.
yeah. And plus Germstein got to look cool again.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Wow, two Robin Hood arrows from Germ Sun here.
Maybe
The
that should
game is. Sorry, go ahead.
I think that should be his if he does get a special award, Robin Hood arrows or something like that.
Yeah, if he plays a couple more games, hits a couple more arrows for sure. Um, Man, I really want Peels to get an award for his TPs though. I
Oh,
I
for
I haven't
yeah,
seen
never mind.
anybody in the league use them as well as him.
Yeah. Oh. Oh,
Oh God!
absolutely chunked just by I
Did
not
Stormblade 100 to 0 Fit 6 with just an R?
basically. He only had
Wow,
like less than 10% health.
wow. And to be fair,
Absolute
he popped the stopwatch, so
yeah.
I couldn't say whether he would have died or not.
Yeah.
Wow, a triple kill from Stormblade.
Yeah, it looks like
Quad
a
kill. Can he get the penta?
no.
Oh, he's gonna walk away from it.
Peels is just not having it
He's
today.
just gonna drag the blue buff off into oblivion.
Yeah. Very different game from the first two games. Doesn't look like
Yeah,
they're
for
gonna get
sure.
3 and node possibly,
Well, I
but
mean, you never know.
yeah,
We casted a game like 2 weeks ago where they won with a 10k gold deficit. So I mean, anything can
true,
happen. But
true.
for the moment, it does look like LLW's game. They're 10k gold up. 20. They are 10k gold up, 10 kills up. At 21 minutes. So I will say Peel's only 2-2, but he is 50 CS up on his laner. Fitzik kind of getting left in the dust here though by Nocturne, and Annie is 60
Oh,
CS down from Stormblade.
oh, Germ Sound. What?
He let it reset.
Yeah, I think Fitzik just I don't know why he let its patience almost run down to 0.
Mm-hmm. Oh, excuse
Looks like Drag will be up in a bit.
me. Yep,
So for
minute
right,
and a half.
oh my,
Oh,
that's what I'm telling you, dude. The late game
I
Syndra, it's ridiculous.
he hasn't even upgraded his Dark Seal yet. He has 10 stacks on a Dark Seal, and it's not even a Magi's.
Yep,
That was absolutely. That was
bonkers.
absolute. I was gonna say bonkers too. Thank you. Wow. I mean that may be it. They're being super aggressive here in the base here at 22
Yeah.
minutes. Um, I saw an interesting theory from a challenger player a couple weeks ago. Made a video about
Oh,
it. He
and just like that, and he gets picked off real quick.
was kind of a big fiddlesticks ult, but it's not enough.
Yeah. I'm not sure if ulting right after your Annie got killed was to
Hmm.
play.
Yeah.
Peels might gonna go for a
Wow, Peel's
crack
1v9
play.
in here.
Don't think he's
Just
gonna
stay
be.
away from Stormblade.
Oh, double kill.
Wait.
Oh,
Damn, that's the ace, and that's the game. That is gonna be a win
Toko,
here.
Toko.
Oh,
Oh, Annie, if you come on, Annie.
wait a second. No, the flash into the stun.
Pog.
Pog, everybody spam your Pepes. Ooh, they get the kill.
Drop all. It's a turnaround, boys. It's a turnaround.
Ooh, Braum is heading straight for their Nexus. Hopeless is on a mission.
Put all your Pog champs, all your Craigasms, all of them.
I thought Craigasm wasn't on Twitter or Twitter. Yeah, we're on Twitter right now. On Twitch.
Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter, guys.
We have like 20. Follow our YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, MySpace, all of them.
I think we. I think that's all of them. Let me think.
Snapchat? Question mark?
Yeah, follow our Snapchat. We get pictures of Mikey daily.
Oh, bro, I'd follow in a heartbeat. All right,
it's just not anything important either. It's just everyday stuff.
All right, looks like we have a TB coming in from Syndra. She's here. She's ready
they're gonna look to crack open the middle of this base.
Yeah, she's.
To be fair, they don't even need to because the inhib is still down in bot lane. They could just run for Nexus, but it looks like maybe they're not interested in doing that and getting caught out for it.
Oh.
Wow! He saw that it was getting channeled, and Stormblade knocked him out of it. Wow. Yep.
And this is more than likely the GG's. Wow. We had a slight glimmer of hope, but Fitzik just got insta-popped.
Wow. This should go to show you just how complex the game of League of Legends is. Where you can play 3 games and think that, wow, this one team, for instance, in this game, TKK is absolutely dominating LLW. They must be the better team, but LLW comes back with the domination of their own in game 3. It's going to be 2-for-1 on TKK. Everybody give a round of applause.
Ooh.
Wow. What a game. What a game, Toasty.
What a series.
What an honor. All right. Great. We are going to talk here for a second, but we are going to move to our post-game interviews here. We're going to hear from Stormblade and Soko, and then after that, we're going to hear from the victors themselves, Hopeless and Germson, the faded bot lane for TKK. I don't think.
Do you want to go on break real quick just to?
I don't think so, because we're just following up before we close.
Okay.
We'll only be a few minutes. Yep, there's Stormblade in the green room. Not in the green room anymore. Who is Germson?
He's the man, the myth, the legend.
All right. Yep.
Okay.
Great. Stormblade, how you doing?
And I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good.
Pretty
You seem
good.
to be in high spirits after what I think most people would consider probably the most shocking loss so far. You guys have been on a perfect win streak for your series. Tell us what's going on.
Well, actually, yeah, I've been meaning to touch on that. The perfect string of series actually started last season. We hadn't lost a game since the LU started, right?
Wow.
Or a series, I mean. We knew it was going to come eventually. I'm not too beat up about it because I saw TKK's team as one that would probably be like, they were obviously playoff materials after draft, right?
I mean, you guys played great. Like nobody's doubting you for that.
Right,
it was a good game.
So I think TKK has really good preparation, right? You saw it against TPP, right? They came out with the Senna bot lane, and it just caught them way off guard, right? They're really good at neutralizing certain areas of the map, right? And I think that they saw that we have a weak side top playstyle, and they in the first 2 games, the Camille, Morgana, and Fidzig just sat top. That's brilliant, right? Like no other team really actually tries to actively punish the weak side of our map. I think that's why we've been so successful, right? And we should have adapted that in game 2, but we thought we had answers on the other side of the map,
right?
But we didn't, right? So game 3, we're just like, all right, let's ban out like what they're using to beat us, and like I mean, you see the result. I think that TKK is the only team we didn't end up scrimming or playing against at all throughout the entire season. I don't think we scrimmed them once. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we.
I don't believe you did.
I don't think we had any practice against them, and they honestly, like, I don't know who does drafting for their team, but that was such a like they prepped really well. Like I'll give them that. Like that was great. Like seeing what they did against TPP and then seeing what they did against us. Like I'm really happy to see like.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
That somebody who pushes us, right? Like that like showed us like a weakness in our playstyle, right? Which I really appreciate, because so far like we haven't really. Like most of the time, we chalk up our losses to like either a skirmish mistake or a team fight mistake. But this one was purely laning. Like they outlaned us for the first 2 games. Plain and simple.
And I totally get that. I will say, we moved into game 2 after Peel's absolutely beast moded game 1 on the Camille. You let the Camille go through, and I understand the argument of like, that's fine. We want to play through our bot lane because our bot lane is our strong side. However, we know now that, and we won't go into details, but Nitro Dax was not feeling up to snuff tonight. I hope he feels well soon, but he wasn't doing great. So, I think maybe that's something to consider. Players aren't statues. When you think about it, everybody has like good days, bad days, and that's something you need to consider when you go into preparing for games.
Of course. Yeah, of course. And like we pulled together game 3. I mean, everybody kept their mental like pretty well. And the thing is, we don't really like as much as it's gonna sound like a cop out. Like we knew we would drop a series eventually. Like there's no team that's in ELU that's ever gonna go undefeated in a season, right? There's just too much variability. So we expected to drop this. I thought we were gonna drop our first series to GCA in week 2, right? Because I think they had because like after finals, like I saw the players they had, and I think 99 Forever is like probably the best like pop off player in this league. I think that if he can just get a lead somewhere and like coin flip the game. Honestly, like if he gets like a kill or 2 early game, like he could just win the game. But then on the other side of that, I think their drafting is like super chaotic, right? So like. I thought they were going to take a game off us. I thought we were going to be underprepared for them. Or I thought they were going to take the series off us. So I thought we were going to be underprepared for them. But I'm honestly surprised it was TKK in the end. I thought it was going to be GCA or maybe even TPP, right?
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm so happy to see another team like this. TKK is brand new, right? They were one of the 3 teams that was at TKK, New York Mutants, and Wardens, right? I'm so happy to see like honestly, the top of the standings was really stagnant last season. Like it was like.
And I get that there's this trope in literature about like the person at the top. Even in life in general, the person at the top can get super bored. If they're not challenged. When we look at people with like a lot of money, or we look in literature, those people that are like at the top of what they do. A lot of them feel empty because there's not actually anything going on that can shake things up. So I get that, right? If you sit stagnant at the top, then it's like, well, is it really a challenge? Why am I playing? So,
right.
And I agree. I didn't think TKK was going to be the team to do it. They've been sitting middle of the road, but they really came for it these past 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think their prep was fantastic.
Definitely.
Well, thank you, Stormblade. Thank you, Soko. I'm glad we got to talk to you guys. And I hope you have a good night. You guys played great.
Before we end your interview, I'd just like to congratulate you. With your series, we had the highest viewership in both series with 44 viewers,
Let's
maybe even more.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's the
44.
I mean,
highest.
everybody
Massive.
tuning in when they hear LLW's losing.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
That's
true.
true. Yeah. I mean,
So-
haters gonna hate.
It's the narrative. It's the narrative. Don't worry.
It's the narrative.
Yeah,
It's
right.
it's actually part of the script. Just ask Mikey.
Oh,
part of the
Mikey
script.
wrote it. That's true.
Mikey actually wrote the script.
He's
Yeah.
the big brain mastermind behind it all.
Unlucky.
Absolutely.
It's like a mini redemption arc for us.
So again, thank you for the series and GG's.
Yeah, thanks for
that
having
was a
us.
good game.
Yep,
Absolutely.
great.
Thanks. Peace.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right.
Okay, we'll
And,
move on to the winners of this series. Yep.
Yeah.
Hopeless and Germson, the faded bot lane.
Then can we get Germs on?
Yeah, we're looking for it right now. He's slowly scrolling up through the Discord. There we go. Hopeless Germson, how's it going, my guys?
Oh, we are so happy right now.
I bet
Pretty
you
good.
are.
Pretty
I'm
good.
sure.
Wow.
You
You
all I can
guys
say
have
is
done. Sorry, go ahead, Toasty.
just congratulations, fellas.
Mhm.
You did it.
Appreciate
You
it.
cracked
Thank
the
you.
shell.
It's been fun. Tell Jazz, you could give me an E. It's hopeless, not hopless. on the stream.
Ha.
I think you, I think you guys have pulled off what probably for the season will be considered the biggest upset, right? Yeah, I
Oh,
think
we
now
thought that
it's
was going to be
happened-
last week, so
Yeah,
Nah,
we're pretty
bro.
happy.
Yeah.
You ain't stopping. You ain't stopping. The train.
No, we
ain't.
ain't.
We were all very excited to play LLW.
right. This is
Yeah.
exactly what happens when you topple an empire, right?
Yeah.
You've taken down number 2. You've taken down number 1. What is in the future? What does it hold? Are you guys going for the top? Are you guys going for first place this season? Is that what's happening?
Well, of course, if you don't aim for the top, are you ever going to get anywhere? Like,
Right, right.
so, I think we had some struggles getting everyone on the same page and putting the team together in the early couple of weeks. I think we could have done or given better performances against some of those teams if we had been in the state we are now. I think right now
Yeah, with the
we've
correct
really
element.
gotten into our tracks and are very comfortable with us as a team. And as Stormblade did correctly read, putting in all the prep work that we did.
Yeah.
To be truthfully honest, we've been prepping for this game since the last LLW game on Sunday.
Wow.
I think the game that we casted, well, because me and Toasty casted last week and we had you in here. I think we talked about your preparation last week too.
Correct.
Yeah, we definitely knew that we had a bigger challenge this week. So in addition to what we did last week, we kind of upgraded and had more in-depth. Actually, last night we had a 3-hour at least conversation about our draft.
That's
we intended to do practice. It ended up just being this, and this is my firm belief. I mean, going
it
back,
ended up being a gossip session with the girls.
kind of.
Right.
Going back to our roots at Scuff League, when I was on South Coast Salvations, I knew that back then it was a relatively low-ranked team, and I'll admit, although I love all my players, we are not quite as skilled as some of the players have shown. Stormblade in particular being one, and Scaling being Grandmaster, and Sunny, all these guys up here. So we have to come up with a different way to win these games other than just beating them at pure mechanics. And that was something I felt like I did really good back in Scuff League, and we're moving that with me and Salto, doing really good about it. Now is just coming up with that draft plan, because half the time I feel like when we win the games, we won the game in draft phase, not in the game itself.
Yeah. So I think the first 2 games you absolutely kicked butt in draft. Especially in the second game, their tank comp was no bueno.
Yeah.
And here's what I like about you guys.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about that in the
The
draft.
Camille just had free range of that game.
Yeah.
And shout out to Peels for really
Stepping up.
absolutely popping off this entire series. I mean, I don't know if you were listening to the stream right before, but Stormblade and Soko praised you guys as like the gods of draft, right? They were talking about how absolutely great it was.
Yeah, That's really where our strength is keeping that going. I mean, I have to give credit to everyone where it is due. Germson especially has a really mean Caitlyn. Peels has been really stopping up as our like primary like just 1v1 carry hit on the Camille, on the Graves last week. He's been doing spectacularly. It, and then Fidstick in the jungle is kind of our shot caller in game to really making sure that we're on the time for objectives, which is like what we like to play around. And then for Salto, we really got to give it to him for basically being the one to take the L in our team. He doesn't play for lane; he plays for the rest of the team, and it really shows when we come into these team fights and we can just wipe the floor in particular fights. Just coming in because we have our side lanes and our jungler just in the right spots.
Right.
I want to say,
no, you're good. You're good.
You guys might not be the highest ranked in terms of like masters, grandmaster, diamonds, but in this league, that does not matter. What matters is how well you're able to plan, which you guys are apparently gods at.
Yeah.
And how well you're able to communicate. Communication is, I don't think people realize it's so important. Yeah, you could be like Sunny D playing Riven, just doing all kinds of crazy combos and doing well on your own. But if you're not able to translate that into working well with the rest of your team throughout especially the middle of the game, it doesn't mean much. So you guys are MVPs in that sense.
Yeah.
And MVPs in our hearts too.
Comms is definitely something we focused on for this game, especially.
Yeah. I still think we could do better, but we're happy where we're at.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, always try, but I will say a banger series. Thank you guys for coming in and talking to us. I know everyone at home is shocked. You pulled off 2 amazing upsets in the past 2 weeks. And I will go ahead and toss it to Toasty Boy for our closing thoughts before we head out for the night.
Just keep on going the road you're going. Keep on making upsets. Keep on making those banger. Whoever's still watching, clip it. All of them. all the Ash snipes. All the
you have to. Yeah,
oh my god,
I mean,
bro. Like, do you have like a third eye or something? Like, what kind of secret anime power do you have, bro?
Just
like
those across the map snipes. I don't know.
Yeah,
you play too much.
Lots of Ash going on.
But yeah, thank you guys for coming out. And we will see you in Twitch chat tomorrow night for Game 2 of Week 6. Thank you and have a good night.